I am sorry. Are you okay?
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, 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 every day.
He is the fighting pride of Omaha, Nebraska.
He's good at what he do.
Hey, Daddy.
Undefeated WBO lightweight champion of the world.
Hey, Daddy.
BoxingVoice.com. Taking, any credit away from Errol, he's a great fighter. He's good at what he do. But when you compare him to Terence Crawford, there's no comparison.
It's a dollar beat.
I'm just a better fighter.
BoxingVoice.com.
Sit back and watch this. I promise you something. I promise you something. All that shit you talking don't mean nothing.
Don't mean nothing.
I can bump my guns at you and you can bump your guns at me, but at the end of the day, them two brothers got to get in the ring.
Hey, Daddy. It's a dollar beat.
We've been here before. You trying to get there. Alright? I can tell you how it is to be undisputed. You can't tell me shit.
This a dollar. Hey, Daddy.
Y'all support y'all fighter. Let's come together, make this event a success.
BoxingVoice.com.
Everything about Terence Crawford is better than Errol Spence Jr.
BoxingVoice.com. BoxingVoice.com.
Boxing fans, are you ready?
Hey, Daddy.
BoxingVoice.com. 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 What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another second episode with TBV. I'm joined alongside Championships Round own King Haymon, and we're here to discuss the Twitter beef, man. I was actually all set up, ready to go ahead and talk about Eddie Hearn and his potential path for Devin Haney. And right when I'm about to schedule, my Twitter notifications going crazy, and I see Terence Bud Crawford taking shots at everybody, really, right? I mean, he took shots at the entire division and the divisions above him, around him, and anyone, because he said he would love to fight more than once, but guys are afraid. He took shots at Teofimo Lopez. He called him, definitely the P word. What didn't he do? He took another shot at Jaron Ennis. He said Jaron had not one, but two opportunities to fight him. And what would it look like him fighting Jaron now when the guy's still fighting at the theater? I mean, the guy came for everyone's juggler. Listen, but Teo, nobody's couch, huh? He ain't letting you sit on him at all. My man said, what? Bruh, you trapped in that contract with Earl and Al. You better handle that shit. You know what I'm saying? He took some shots of his own, but did you see the back and forth, King Haymon?
I saw the back and forth, and see, people don't like a quiet man. For a long time, Terence Crawford used to just, be low key, not say much or short answers. Now, he ever since the whole, taking out the big fish, conquer Earl Spence in the fashion that he did, you can't fault him for somebody's got to keep the seat warm in that division. So, I mean, when people's trying to come at his neck and they're wondering why the fight isn't happening, he's got to keep stirring the pot. He has to do that because they're going to dump everything on his feet. But, I think contrary to what people might have seen with the whole cataracts and I'm back and all this other shit, it's hard to sell the Spence Crawford rematch. That's the bottom line.
Oh no, he took shots at that real quick. That's what I'm saying. Everybody, nobody, anybody and anybody. Everybody, he came at all of them. Look, he said, and I quote, let me screen share here. We're going to make this nice and big for everybody to be able to read it. You know, a lot of us old guys, the glasses is, you know, here we go. He says, last I recall, we definitely get our eyes checked before every fight. I'm just saying. Any boxer would know that. But casual fans will say and make up anything. So he letting you right there. He letting you know right there that Earl's a lie, and he seen them hooks and jabs coming at him because he was checked by the doctor. Unless they paid that doctor to approve Earl, Bud is saying you a lie. Oh, you a lie. What you think about that right there? I mean, did you see that? Did you see the? I mean, but you knew about Earl and him saying that that's why he was getting hit with rights and jabs?
Absolutely. Okay. That's why I said I didn't even go too far back, because who's going to believe that? But again, he's got to try to keep the seat warm for this fight that nobody thinks he even stands a chance in. So again, he's coming out. Earl made his, it was the cataracts. Crawford got to shut that shit down, and that's all he did. Now, the fact that he, on the heels of Cat Williams, I think somebody mentioned that in pre-pro, on the heels of Cat Williams, it seems like everybody's just coming out and they ain't sparing nobody. I think every shot he threw, we ain't skipping over nothing, but I think every shot he threw was pretty credible. Other than, I think some people would debate the whole boots thing, whether or not it's worth it to say that you can't fight a guy because he's in the theater, more so than it should be that if we think that that's the next guy up, either put him to bed or you know what I'm saying, or kind of don't mention him. You know what I'm saying? If you moved on from him, then move on from him.
I just don't like that all fighters, not just Crawford, all fighters get to this point where Avanesian was cool, Kavalaskis was cool, Jose Benavidez Jr. was cool, Sanabria was cool, like Delorme was cool, Beltran was cool, like Felix Diaz was cool. It was so many dudes that was cool with Crawford, and he got in the ring with him, but he ain't cool with fighting Boots, and Boots is like more popular than all them dudes I'm talking about. Like, I get it. He was in a different place back then when he took those fights. But even when he took the Beltran fight, like Beltran was he just had the belt. He was never the champion that Boots is. No one expected him to keep the belt. No one expected the reign. We wasn't expecting no headlining events. Go back home Beltran event. Top rank position him and gave him right up to the monster that was Crawford. So, like, even Postal, one of his biggest fights, that's not Boots. Like, I get it. Boots don't got a Lucas Matias on his resume, but Postal's trajectory never been, not any given moment of his career, the trajectory of a Boots. Never.
Is it plausible with Boots that because you got the rematch, and this goes to some of the thing I don't necessarily subscribe to, but it is the fact, the business of boxing. That's the one thing I keep getting educated on. So let's talk that part. Is it possible for Crawford to say, yo, I'm getting paid upward to X amount of millions of dollars?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, at this point, he made 10 with Avanesian, 20 plus with Earl. He just can't see himself fighting for 4 or 5 or 6 with Boots. I get it. We're going to need the Saudis to pay for it.
And I think that would change the dynamic of it. We know what they over there doing.
But the question is this. The question is this. Is he going to take 10? Or is 10 beneath him now because he made 20?
I mean, that's a good question.
But let me show you some more of these tweets to you and the people following, because, like I said, everybody got a little bit of it. So he said, laugh out loud, hater to love it. I'm just that guy. Anytime a fight opens their mouth, My name is in it. So what does that tell you? The Terence Crawford era. Then he goes and he says, I wish I could fight more than one time a year, but these guys been running and hiding for years. Boxing, nothing like it used to be when everyone fought each other. He says, I live in the gym, but my whole career, these fighters been running behind people saying, I'm on the wrong side of the street. Call this guy, call that guy. Make it make sense. That's the C-Dub and the gangbangers. I fought everyone and everybody that was put on my table. Never turned down a fight in my life, even if it was late notice, moving up in weight, short fighters, tall fighters, strong fighters, fast fighters, brawlers, boxers, etc. I fought them all. I don't know. I mean, we got to go to Teo because Teo is like, bro, you trapped. So is that a shot or a ventilation? He venting off his situation with, Al Haymon and Earl Spence and the fact that he trapped. Because that's what Teo is saying. Like, you trapped, my boy. Go handle that. Well, I'm looking for that tweet right now. And here it goes. Right here. He said, because Crawford took a shot at him, he said, and Teofimo, you little bitch ass, better worry about them little guys that's on your ass down there in your weight class. It's crazy. Every time I see your ass, you don't even look my way. But when you in front of a camera, you got so much to say. You pussy. So then Teo says, time will tell. You also need to focus on getting yourself out of that trap contract you in with Earl Spence and Al Haymon. See you at the top, brother. Salute emoji. Hashtag no sucker. Plead the fifth. And Crawford comes back and says, last I recall, you're the only one in a fucked up situation with Top Rank. Laughing out loud, crying out loud. Go cry me a river. I ain't gonna retweet it, just like it, because that was pretty funny. But, yeah, I mean, it's not like both men have an argument. Like, I was just saying it this morning that he's trapped. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want him out. I put that on my poll, like, let Crawford out the rematch. Nobody wanted Crawford out the ring for 5-6 months. He talking about he in Bali. His last tweet is, it's 7:45 a.m. I'm in Bali. I'm going to eat. That mean he ain't in the gym. That mean he ain't got no fight. That mean he ain't part of no rollouts. He chilling. Bruh, I want Crawford in the ring, fighting on TV, not sparring, not training, not mentoring, fighting.
But think about this. He's not trapped by the contract. This is where Teo is wrong, and this is the difference between the two. Teo is trapped in the contract because he tried to wiggle out. That shit ain't work for him. You know what I'm saying? He was like Theo and the Cosby Kids. You try to move out on your own, you got to move back home. The difference is Crawford is trapped by his talent. Because, I mean, listen, if we don't think that they've been trying to make fights for him or he's offered himself up to the Canelo fight, as ridiculous as some people thought it was, he's offered himself up to a Charlo. He's probably offered himself up to a lot of those guys for it to make sense, knowing or thinking that people would suggest that the Spence fight, you can't sell that one. It's not the contract. He's trapped by his talent because all they got to do, that's why he's expressing the frustration. All they got to do is give him somebody worth fighting, and he'll do it and make it make sense. Again, that most people would say, well, give him boots. But financially, I can't expect him, even though I would love to see the fight. I can't expect him to step backwards with his bread.
$20 super chat. We got Nate the Alien says, Teofimo Lopez does a good job at making shit interesting. I never thought I'd want to see this showdown, but he got a big mouth, and now I'm interested in how this fight would go down. Shout out TBV, shout out Alien Games, flex emoji, alien emoji. Drop a bomb for that dub. So I want to show this because Teo did post this, taking a shot at Crawford, directly tweeting him, and saying, Terence Crawford, you right. I'm the biggest pussy in the sport of boxing. Number 1, Loma, X amount. Number 1, Taylor, X amount. Number 1, Crawford, coming soon emoji. And let's be real, he's consistent. They ignoring him, but he has been calling out Bud. What he need to do is activate his WBO status. He's already super champion. He just need to tell Paco to put the pressure on Bud. And if Bud vacates, it's going to look bad. Now, he still has the right to vacate because guess what? He got that contract, and that's exactly why Tio's saying he trapped. But Bud did respond and say, you better go fight Kambosos. He the one that you should be fighting. Didn't he beat your ass? So, yeah.
So let me ask you, let's just say in the perfect world, you know, we love boxing and Teofimo is able to talk his way into consideration, right? He definitely have to sign with PBC because how would that work? Crawford doesn't sign back to Top Rank for a fight with Teofimo Lopez.
I have no clue, man. I mean, you know, these politics, these networks, that gangbang, that shit is crazy.
Now, this is the other part too. We got to give some credence to what Tio was saying. A lot of fighters over at PBC are trapped, so to speak, because, you know, with the guarantees and the network situation, you know, that's why I think you kind of hear Eddie talking a lot about getting boots over to Matchroom because he's like, where else you gonna go? Anywhere you go and fight, pretty much. If you're gonna be on TV, you want to be on a network, you got to get down. So at this point, a lot of fighters on PBC are trapped. So that's the one thing Teofimo, you know what I'm saying? He kind of do got a little 380. He ain't shooting no deuce or no little pop gun. He got a 380 because he's a valid shot that he's taking. But still, I don't know if that's enough to talk his way into a good fight. But as you said, he is consistent. And somehow, if he's willing to make a sacrifice, suppose he's willing to make some sort of
sacrifice. He just got to activate. At this point, he's got the status and the graces with the WBO because of all that he's done for the WBO. He truly could enforce the fight as the 140-pound WBO and super champion that they've already given him the status. He can ask for the fight with Crawford, and Crawford will be forced to fight him or vacate his title. It's really that simple, you know. But I will say this. He might vacate and retire because Crawford did say this. Right there. He said, I might just give y'all one more or not because y'all don't know how to appreciate greatness when you see it. So he threatened retirement. He says we don't appreciate him. What's your thoughts? You think he's bluffing or does he walk away from the rematch? Because he said I might give you one more or not. So yeah. I know he ain't saying one more plus the Earl fight or one more after the Earl fight.
Nah, maybe just the Earl fight and then just call it call it one and done. But again, this could be marketing, you know, as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Jay-Z retired how many times? You know, and Bud Crawford is to the point to where, you know, in his mind and vacating these titles, he's already let you know he don't feel like he has anything to prove. And beating Errol Spence, he probably felt like he's proven all he needed to prove. So if he does, and he's proven that he's an unconventional fighter mentally. So he just thinks the way he thinks, and he don't really care about the opinions of others. Although as of late, he's been entertaining a lot on Twitter. I still see a world where he could walk away and say, yo, Andre Ward walked away and people was asking for more. I don't give a shit. I can walk away too.
Yeah, man. There's still so many money fights out there. I would be shocked that he did walk away. But Tio did not let up on the shots. But here is the shot for Jerron. And Jerron hasn't responded as of yet. He said, like I said before, Jerron Ennis had 2 opportunities to fight me. We talking about a kid that's fighting in the theater. Make it make sense. And we gave you the Teofimo response but there is, I believe, one more. Let me find that. And if not, we got the TOs to get to. Oh yeah, this one's beautiful. Check this out. So this Bud saying he's Mr. Two-time, missed the first to do it. T.O. takes his shot. Look at this. Look at this. T.O. said, and ain't win fighter of the year yet. Laugh out loud, crying out loud. Yo, T.O. funny as hell. Then look. He posted this. 23, homie. One fight in 2020. Need I say more? Anyone need some fried fish? The takeover. So T.O., you know, he trying to go accolade for accolade, and he's like, look, I got a smaller career. I'm on your heels. You feel me? You number one. I got 2 number ones on my resume. Yo, what if T.O. could get up there and sleep Crawford? That's crazy. He can't sleep. He couldn't sleep Taylor, but so I guess he would have to win. He would have to. It's going to be hard. His style would be so hard to win rounds versus Crawford, right?
Yeah, he be playing a lot of defense, champ.
Because he's like such a hands-down explosive type fighter. Like, can he win rounds with Crawford? He won certainly rounds with Taylor, so I don't know. Look, once upon a time we wanted we wanted Taylor Crawford. Let's not forget that. People seen pictures of those two and thought how big Taylor was, and before he lost to T.O., people really thought he had a shot at moving up. I'm just saying.
Yo, till Crawford went over to the UK. I forgot what he was over there for. He grabbed Taylor by the shoulder. He said, yeah, I'll fight you. And all of a sudden, Taylor ain't want that fight no more.
All of a sudden, Crawford was too big?
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, I think T.O., give T.O. credit for, his accolades too. Let's not, make it all about Crawford. Let's give him credit for his accolades, even though people don't really, I guess they don't like his style or the way that, he brags about it. I mean, he's earned the right. Yeah, he's got the win over Loma. Do people feel like he need to avenge the loss to Kambosos? Maybe, maybe not. But if he can get the Crawford fight somehow, I think he earns credibility. Certainly, consistent with where he's trying to go. He's trying to claim that he is what 2-time undisputed lineal. That's his thing.
Yeah, 2-time lineal.
Now, granted, the other 2 ones is questionable, but in another universe where Thanos got all the Infinity Gems, if he happens to beat Crawford, that shit ain't bogus. But I don't think that fight ever happens. I don't think it ever happens. I think Crawford could retire before he ever gets in the ring with T.O. unless there's just some inordinate amount of money. It could be something to where he says he might not even want to do business with Top Rank again. Or T.O., you got to come over here, or whatever. Who knows?
You seen your girl ain't letting up, huh? She jumped on that Shaq podcast. I wonder if that's going to get Clarissa's attention, make her have to send her offer now.
Yeah, see, I think Clarissa Shields right now, she doesn't have a lot of options on the table. I know she's mentioned she wants the Savannah Marshall. She's open to the Savannah Marshall rematch. But Franchon Cruz is trying to get the Savannah Marshall rematch. So, you can't want, Chris Cyborg and all these other fights. And I know there's people out there, they're going to say what they say, man. But, hey, if we calling out the fellas, we got to call everybody out, man. You can't be talking about putting hands on people, you being able to beat Keith Thurman, and now you don't want to smoke with fucking Alicia Bumgarner. Can we say that, or is that too scary for some of y'all out there? She could put hands on Rolly when she see him, but we scared to tell her to fight Alicia Bumgarner. Is that too scary for y'all? Come on, man, get the fuck out of here. And I hope that Alicia Bumgarner continue to keep her foot on the gas. All gas, no fucking brake lights. Because this is what we want. You see how we talking about, we wish we could get Boots, we wish we could get Crawford, and we got one fighter campaigning, one fighter kind of like, well, we got the same situation right here. So let Bumgarner continue to campaign and beat that drum until somebody answers, man. And hopefully, You know, like I said, Shields is not looking at the Marshall rematch. She'll give Franchon Cruz that and challenge herself and allow Bumgarner to come up 2 divisions, right? We was okay when Serrano did it against Taylor. Come on, man. You got people. You can't pick these scenarios for these fighters because you feel a certain way about them, you know, emotionally, personally, man. Not if you love boxing. Not if you love the entire fight game. Come on now.
Hopefully, you know, to sit down with Shaquille O'Neal, like I said, helps that fight move along because right now, like, neither one of them have anything. So I don't know. Give me a sec here. Michael Zafara, what's going on?
How are you, brother? Good?
All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. So you've been in position, man, with the WBA for quite some time. But first and foremost, Happy New Year. How are you?
Happy New Year, my man. It's all going well on my end. Like you said, it's been a bit of ups and downs with this WBA world title, but we're slowly getting to a close now, and there's light at the end of the tunnel, so I'm happy.
So what closure have you gotten from the WBA? Because, yeah, you've been in position for quite some time.
So I just got back from the WBA convention, which obviously I sat down with Gilberto and Julio, and, you know, I was promised, you know, he's a man of his word, he said, and he promises to send through the letter that enough's enough, that Lara, you know, I've been mandatory for over a year now, when I gave the green light for Garcia and Lara to fight back then, and the fight never came alive. So for me, like I said, enough's enough, and I need that fight now. It's been over 12 months. I've been, you know, inactive for over 12 months, and I need to bring back that world title to Melbourne, Australia. And Gilberto and Julio have promised that will happen, and I'm waiting on the official WBA letter that headlines that.
Okay, so you still need that letter, and then does it have to then be ordered, or do you get that letter and it comes with a 30-day, 90-day must negotiate period?
Correct. There's 90 days, so he has 90 days to make the fight happen. If not, the belt, he'll be stripped, and it'll come straight to me. And I think number 2 is Elijah Garcia. So I think me and Elijah Garcia will get it on. But for me, like I said, stands in front of me is just a man with 2 arms and a head and bleeds red. So for me, I want that belt. Doesn't matter who's in front.
Wait, so you said if he doesn't want it, he gets stripped, and it's you and Garcia for the vacant?
Correct. Elijah Garcia, not Danny, though.
No, I know. Elijah he's a buzzsaw. Very young, too, man. He destroyed Vidal. He looked really good versus Resendez. Yeah, that's, man, he's super young, too. Isn't he only 19?
Well, yeah, I think he's like 20, 21, but he's
he just turned 20?
Yep.
He's sitting at number 2. You know, he's comfortably behind me, and he's in a good spot. And I'm a man. Win, lose or draw. I'll put if whoever's my mandatory at the time, I'll fight. This Lara has been 2 years.
Now, is that a situation where the fight has to go to purse bid, or are you contracted to PBC? Are they the ones that are going to host that fight? Are you taking that fight back to Australia? What's the status with the television and the network or the promoter of that fight?
Well, Lara signed a PBC, and at the time where I had a contract with the Danny Garcia and Lara fight, I was a part of PBC. But now that contract obviously voided, and I'm a free agent. I'd love to have it in Australia. I've had a few promoters reach out to me, some big ones, but like I said, I haven't officially signed with anybody. So if anyone's keen for that fight, it will go to a purse bid, I assume. But Australia is where it's at. I'd love to bring Lara down here and fight in a huge stadium down here, like where Cambosa's fought Haney, or on an undercard to Cambosa's Loma, if that fight happens. There's huge opportunities.
What is your background? Did you have what is your amateur background?
I didn't really have much of an amateur career, to be honest. For me, I didn't like the headgear. I didn't like trophies. I truly believe you can't pay bills with trophies. And at 18, I said I want to turn professional. and test the waters. I want to fight the best, and I cleaned out my backyard in Australia. Me down here, there's not really much left for me down here besides Tim Tszyu, which me and him are the biggest rivals down here in Australia. But for me, I wanted to fight the best, and that was to come overseas where it's at, America, England, and all the big countries over there and fight.
Why? I guess what I'm trying to ask is, why hasn't the government put the money up for you? We see that they did for Horn and for Tszyu and now for Kambosos. You've had some big opportunities, and I remember you from fighting Peter Quillen almost, I don't know how many years ago, right? And now you have this opportunity where it gives the government an opportunity to back you. Why do you think that hasn't happened yet?
They truly will back me. I believe that. It's just I haven't come back with them with the official document of saying that Lara Zarafa for the world title. If I can get that on a piece of paper, which I believe I will, I've got the government backing. They love boxing down here. It's getting bigger. I just truly believe Australia is not where boxing's at. You want to make a name, it's overseas in the US or in England. With a Matchroom or a Top Rank or a PBC or a Golden Boy. I don't believe anyone in Australia down here can match those guys. And if I can get signed to those guys and get the fight here, I think Top Rank will do the Lomachenko-Kambosos fight if it happens. Being on an undercard of that for a world title will be huge.
What's the timeline on this letter? Because the convention took place obviously in December. That's came and gone. How long are you waiting before you have your lawyers contact the WBA?
Well, the lawyers they've already been assigned, and they know that they've been contacted, and there's back and forth letters. But like I said, I was speaking to Julio and Gilberto, and the green light's there. I'm just waiting for the official letter to come through, which you should be any day now.
I got my co-host Amin, you got any questions for Michael?
Yeah, real quick. You talked about boxing in Australia. I'm particularly, into women's boxing. So Sky Nicholson, right? Talk about your compatriot. She had to leave. Ebony Bridges, she also had to get up out of there. Is it other sports that maybe take precedent over boxing, or why do you think? But you've had like we mentioned Horn, and you got Tim Tszyu. Why do you think, I guess boxing still hasn't caught on to that global status or you know what I'm saying, down in Australia? What's the holdup?
Yeah, I just feel like they don't show as much love down here. Like, I fought Jeff Horn, I beat Jeff Horn, and, that was straight after he fought Manny Pacquiao. And there's just not that many eyes on the sport down here. And like you mentioned, the few people that, in the women's boxing, everyone has to get up and go over there. And even when you do make it big down here, you had to beat an American, or you had to have beaten someone massive that's over there. And I just feel like you've wasted your time. Like, I've been here, I've fought everyone. I'm Australia's number one in the middleweight division. But again, you don't get the love or the recognition you deserve. You got to do that overseas, and I truly believe that's in America. But again, I've been there. I fought Cal Brook. I fell short in England, and Peter Quillen, obviously, when I was 21 years old, which probably shouldn't have taken that fight. But again, I'll fight anybody. Unlike Lara, who's taking his time partying and horsing around. There's guys out here that need to fight and want to fight, and he's holding that up. But again, Australia, I don't know. It's just not where it's at.
But do you have an Anthony Mundine on your resume?
Yeah, he knocked him out in one.
See,
yeah.
Is what I'm. And if I could rattle off Anthony Mundine, then that shows I've been paying attention. But that also shows just how hard you've been working, champ. So hopefully Lara and them, they stop playing around with that paperwork and let you get your opportunity.
I appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, it's just been way too long. I've been out of the ring for 13 months now, and it's different if I had an injury or there was something wrong. But I've just been in the gym twice a day. I'm off to my second session soon to smash it out. And these guys are on Instagram posting rap videos and doing shots with their mates, and we got guys here ready to fight. It's a joke, and hopefully the boxing can see that, and the WBA obviously have seen that, and things will get taken care of.
Do you think they're just trying to see, can they wait you out? I mean, we've seen that with PBC. Their fighters are fighting one time a year, 14 months, every 14 months. I mean, look, Earl didn't look the best, and they blaming that on inactivity. Do you think they just want to keep you out of the ring long enough to where you're not your best?
Yeah, look, they probably have their little tricks that they do, but when you got a guy like.
Ooh, we got a phone call. We're live with Michael Safada. Remember, if you're a Patreon or a member, you can ask him a question. You're really gonna have to go deep. What up, Michael? You back? Michael? You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. All right. Well, we'll get him back on in just a bit. Did you like how I just sprung that up on you?
Yeah.
I know you watch boxing for real. You're not a fake fan, so it was nothing to you.
Nah, but listen, Zarefa, he's been around for a little while.
For a minute, yo. Remember they used to call him a I'm gonna bring that up.
Yeah, I was gonna.
We're back. We're back.
Mike, so what was that question I asked him? Not the one I said I'm gonna bring up, before he dropped off.
You asking about,
well, it doesn't matter. I wanted to go in the direction of Johnny Beck, who has 2 belts. Did you consider maybe a top rank thing where they can give you that back and so you can get that fight? And there's a unification on the horizon.
100%. I've got my team working. I'm working closely with Rach Daener and Nonito Daener, and if Top Rank is where it's at, like I beat Lara, I get the WBA world title, and he holds the other 2. May the best man win.
Wait, is Rachel your advisor?
Yeah. Rach is, I've known her for a while. She's helping me out with Nonito, and they're great people. And obviously Nonito's the king of the division, and he's the man.
For sure. So, Michael, I remember, and this is no disrespect here. We know you've beaten some great fighters at this point, but I remember when we first got hip to you, Peter Quillen and you and Peter Quillen had an exchange where, he made some accusations. Were those ever true?
Nah, are we talking about the stripper?
Yeah.
Nah, so we that was actually funny. Me and Peter Quillen actually had a laugh about that because we posted a photo, and obviously I was young and tanned and looking pretty sharp, and everyone commented, they're like, "Man, you look like you're fighting a stripper," and we just laughed at it. We all went along with it, and before you know it, one of the media pages grabbed it and said, "Yeah, Michael's a Rafa the stripper, ready to make a career change," and we just rolled with it. We just rolled with it. I mean, I took it as a compliment, but no, I've never stripped a day in my life, and I'm not planning on it either. I don't think I got the hit for it.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm saying this 13-month layoff, man. You may need to reconsider your trade, man.
I might have to start career changes, see if I can get on a pole or something.
So, Champ, what are your thoughts on Johnny Beck? Do you think he's the goods, or he just hasn't fought anybody with a pulse?
No, look, he's great. He's a good fighter, but watching him, he does a lot of bad things. His defense isn't that great. He relies on his power a lot. He walks forward as a southpaw. He's tricky, but when he has him hurt, he gets pretty reckless. His hands are pretty low and his chin's very high. I feel like somebody with great timing, which I believe I have. And I got power. People underestimate me. They don't see me. Out of my 32 wins, I've knocked out 21 of them. So people underestimate my power, and that's a fight I'd love to have. I want to fight the best. I'm 31 years old. I want to fight the best.
Real quick, what if Matchroom? Eddie Hearn, he's got a history of working with UK guys. Stevie Sparks in the UK, right? What if they offered you something along the lines of like an Ammo Williams, maybe a Felix Cash over there on Matchroom, get you over to the UK, get you some visibility? Would that be something that would you'd be interested in entertaining?
Yeah, 100%. If it makes dollars, it makes sense. Or if there's a world title on the line, or some fight that's going to elevate me to a world title, 100%. Like I said, win, lose, or draw. I think fighters, they try to hide behind their resumes too much. At 21 years old, I was fighting Peter Quillen, the biggest puncher in the division. people want to be a fighter until it's time to get in the ring, and everyone's hiding behind his perfect, his undefeated record. And I feel like there's no growth behind that, man. Like for me, if I train hard and whoever's in front of me, I'll go out there and try to put on a show for the fight fans and try to, be me and just enjoy it. I've been over there before, and Eddie Hearn took a real liking to me. Obviously, when I fought Cal Brook, I took Cal Brook 12 rounds, and I got fans over there too. So for me, if a fight makes dollars and it makes sense.
Michael, why couldn't you have gotten a stay busy fight in your own hometown? You stood out the entire 2023. Would that have taken you out the rankings, ruined your status? Why not stay busy?
Well, I'm going to throw PBC straight under the bus here because, they locked me in the contract. They said, the Garcia Lara fight and you're going to be on the undercard and, you can't fight anywhere else. And then, that fight didn't end up happening, so I couldn't be on the card. They basically said wherever Lara Garcia back then was going to happen was where I was going to be on the card, and
what the fuck?
We were
so
just
you
waiting
just
out
had an open-ended contract with no date, no venue?
Correct. They just said we're waiting for the official date, and it just kept getting pushed from June to July to August to, and it was always next month. I promise you, 4 or 5 weeks.
Tell me they at least gave you step-aside money.
This is it gets even better. I haven't received anything.
Lord have mercy. Thank you, Al Haymon.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say.
We're gonna have a good long talk when we're face to face. But I got a sick sister as well, and she's going through cancer, and there's a lot of things on my end that were pretty bad, and I'm trying to tell these guys that I can't be put on the sidelines. I've committed to this, and I've earned my spot, and you just put me waiting. And Lara, like I said, he's going to cop it when it comes fight time.
So contractually, you were supposed to be paid step-aside money for allowing Laura and Danny to happen, which never happened, so they didn't have to pay you?
Well, the fight never happened, correct. Yeah.
Holy shit. But how don't you get an advance on some of that money? They're making you not do something so they can do something without a date and a venue.
If you guys can get an answer, I'll be wrapped. I got no idea.
Fucking hell.
Promises and tried to do the right thing. I got my win. I had my mandatory position, and I was sitting there, and they said to me, "Look, we want to do this fight with Lara Garcia because we had this date prior to you becoming a mandatory." And I said, "Look, that's fine. I'm not going to sit here ruin anyone's party. You guys do what you got to do, and I want to be involved in the undercard of that and fight, and obviously have contractually that I want to be fighting obviously the winner." And the fight never took place, and now it's been over a year, and they're still trying to say, "Oh yeah, Garcia Lara, man, that's done." I'm telling you, it's done.
Jesus. Yeah, you have to move on. You can't keep waiting. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I said to Lara, like Lara's posting up videos of him.
But now the contract is for sure null and void.
Now I'm void. It's done now. Yep, 100%. And that's what I mean. You got Lara now, posting videos of him doing the cha-cha at the local carnival, doing shots. Garcia doing rap videos for 2024, 2025. Man, enough's enough.
Damn. Do you see this having to go to purse bid? You think they'll play hardball or they'll just vacate the title?
We got good backing down here in Australia. Like I said, if they want to go purse bid, so be it. I've got Stan Sports that are keen to jump on board and keen to bring it down to Australia, and they're more than happy to pay what they're willing to pay. So it's a big network down here. If they want to go to a purse bid, if they want to play hardball, so be it. But like I said, for me, I just need that fight. It's not even about I want that fight anymore. It's I need that fight now. He's taking the piss. They've pushed past the friendship barrier now, and enough's enough.
I don't want to say it's the dream fight, but because it's a domestic fight, is getting that world title and offering Zoo that fight to move up to be a 2-time champ, domestic fight, you versus the son of the legend, is that the end goal, or that's just something that if it happens, it happens?
Nah, that's the goal. I got hardly done by earlier in my career. Obviously, me and Tim Zoo were meant to fight with the biggest names in Australia in boxing down here. And the fight never took place. I had to wear all the heat on that, which is, it is what it is. Everything happens for a reason, and that's the fight for boxing in Australia. And I believe if I have a world title, he has a world title. It'll be a massive world title fight. And he thinks he beats me. I think he beats. I think I can beat him. He thinks he can beat me. And there's only one way to settle that, and that's by fighting. So, um, may the best man win when the time comes. I think it's going to be huge.
There's talks that he's already in negotiations with Oscar and Virgil Ortiz. Do you think it happens, and who do you see winning?
Look, I think Tim Zhu's very protected. He's got that last name. He's very protected. That Zhu legacy name is.
Whoa! Come on, Michael. This guy's fought some killers.
But
You don't let. I mean, I don't know. Brian Castano. I mean, not Brian Castano. Mendoza, Harrison. I mean, even Terrell Gachet. Maybe killer is a stretch, but those are durable, good names. One is a former world champ. I mean, who do you think he was protected from?
No, just like in his earlier career, as he was getting
Okay.
up there, and I've said in previous, obviously other interviews, I said he's doing well. Everyone he's putting in front of him. You can't knock somebody that's beating everyone that's, put in front of him. But, that Zhu last name, I feel like if it was any other different last name, things would be different. He wouldn't be getting these opportunities that he has earlier in his career.
I would love to see that fight, man. I hope that you're able to get your WBA opportunity, and this way you can entice that big, domestic fight. I do have one question coming from the people here. Ruin the 504 says, is there any point in facing Isaac Hardman again?
I've already beaten him, man, and it was I was in first gear. He talked a big game. Credit to him. He come out there and stepped in the ring, but he reckons it went 2 rounds, and 2 rounds of 6 minutes. So I dusted him in 4 minutes. So for me, if it was a close fight, it was 12 rounds. And I got the split decision. Sure, let's run it back, but man, you're not even the best middleweight in your gym. You know what I mean? Like,
I love it.
for me, there's not much. He's got nothing for me to offer. What does he offer me? He offers me nothing. There's no belt, no financial, paycheck. There's nothing. It was easy work, really.
What's your thoughts on Kambosos?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Kambosos. Me and Georgie talk. He's, George Kambosos, Opatea. These guys are running the sport down here for us. Tim Zhu, obviously, myself, soon to be, once I beat Lara. Yeah, look, Kambosos is doing great things. And I think, people, if the Lomachenko fight happens, I think everyone's ruling him out. He's a ballsy dude, man, and he just keeps walking forward. And, I think Lomachenko's got the ability and he's an absolute king in the ring. But I think that toughness is going to be a lot harder. I think he's going to shock a lot of people again.
Completely off topic. Teo and Terence are having their Twitter fights. Do you think Teo can move up to 47 and challenge Terence Bud Crawford? Remember, he beat Loma first, then he moved up and beat Teller first. Those are 2 lineal champs. What's your thoughts?
I don't think he can beat Crawford. I think Crawford won't be beaten for a very long time. He's just a phenomenal athlete. Anything he does, and even when he's shooting hoops, he's just everything he does. He's just naturally gifted. And even in the ring, he's just a beast. And I can't see anyone beating him for a very long time.
Well, Michael, those are all our questions, man. If you can, give out your social media and obviously keep us informed. We would love to get you back as soon as you know a little bit more. Hopefully, the minute you get that letter in hand, we can do a show saying you're a free agent, you got a letter in hand, and the government is about to back you.
100%. Well, I've got all the backing. I'm looking for that. Promoters, I've reached out. We're super keen. Let's talk more. For all those that have showed their love and support, I appreciate it. And we'll be hearing and the new very, very soon. I promise you. I'll be knocking Lara out. I'm taking back that world title, back to Melbourne, and jump on social media, Michael Zarafa, and show some love. I appreciate it.
All right, appreciate you. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Zarafa, the #1 in the WBA, #1 to Laura. promised step-aside money for allowing Danny to fight Laura and never giving a red cent. Shout out
Damn.
C-Dub. Shout out C-Dub and his peoples, man. That's crazy. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm going to open up the phone lines. I mean, you got any last thoughts? I don't know if you want to stick around for the callers. I know you're a busy man, but if you want to close it out, give your final thoughts. Let them know where they can find you on the weekend, and let them know how to catch that Sharetta Metcalf interview. I was trying to get that one myself for like a fucking month, man, but it ain't happened.
Yo, man, because see, this is the thing. I said it once, I said it before. I am the foremost authority on women's boxing. That's just how it goes. So salute to Sharetta Metcalf. She joined me on the championship rounds. That episode is on YouTube now. Be sure to check it out. Also, be sure to check me out on Instagram, King Amin of Essex 1, King Amin of Essex 1 on Twitter. And of course, here on the Boxing Voice. You know what I'm saying? The motherland. You always got to come back to the hood. You know what I mean? To stand your ground. I'm going to hang out a minute, you know what I'm saying, because of the callers.
I was going to say, just because competition is healthy, I don't know that you could make that claim. Obviously, you could be self-proclaimed, but there might be a man to challenge you for that title. I mean, I do have to salute my Dominican brethren, Julius. He certainly spends a lot of time dealing with women's boxing, interviewing and talking. Like, I ain't even on front. I found myself watching a lot of women's boxing interviews of his before big fights. I don't know if you noticed. Maybe y'all can collab or something. But yeah, I'm gonna open it up. But I don't know. Did you know him?
No. But I gotta check him out.
I mean, maybe you know him by his other name. The other name, Ring IQ, I think it is.
Oh yeah. Ring IQ for sure.
Yeah. Days Wagwan. Oh shit, you Jamaican too. Uh-oh, they about to go at it right now. About to start talking the native tongue.
Ness, Wagwan, brethren.
What up?
Everything good?
Everything good.
Big up on ourselves here.
Yeah.
Yo, let's get into it, man. Hey, man, Ness, man. I don't think Terence Crawford was ready to be the #1 pound for pound nigga in the world, man, because, like, bruh, he's giving these niggas too much energy, Ness.
What you mean?
You know, that's like, bruh, you don't gotta respond to everybody, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And, like, what's pissing me off is, like, I understand him not wanting to fight Boots because, you know, he's a young nigga, you know what I'm saying? He don't really got the buzz, right? But it sounds like he don't want to fight Teo either, bro. And I think that'll be a huge fight, bro, because Teo's definitely a name. I know he don't got the pay-per-view sales and shit like that, but, like, you know, Teo is definitely one of the top dogs when it comes to the young niggas in boxing right now, right? Like, I would love to see that fight. So it's like, my whole thing is, bro, if you're gonna address boxers taking shots at you, bro, like, you know, step in the ring with them, bro, because all of the Twitter stuff, that's promotion for the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ness, do you, like, me seeing him and Teo go back and forth, this make me want to see them niggas fight. You know, am I tripping? Am I bugging?
Nah, that's what happens with me. Like, you know, that's the point of going back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, come on, man, let's get it, man. Like, we know you got to get back in there with Errol. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, Teo talking that hot. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I like Teo, man. Like, Teo, like, I respect him coming at Crawford, bro, because I haven't seen no other young dude do that. Like, you haven't seen Haney. Like, you already heard Haney and Bill. They don't want that. Well, Haney ain't said, but Bill said, nah, we don't want that smoke. But Teo saying that he wants the smoke, like, I believe him, bro, because of his resume. You know, he got in there with Lomachenko when Lomachenko was still dangerous, and he beat him. You know what I'm saying? So I really do believe Teo want to get in there with Bud. And he's saying the same thing.
I want to see it.
Yeah, I want to see it, bro. He's saying, and it ain't like Teo saying something that everybody ain't said. A lot of people have said that Crawford's resume is suspect because this dude had this injury, Errol had this, and all that. So he ain't saying nothing new. I think bro really believe what he's saying, bro.
That is new. Where he said that? When Teo said that?
Said what?
That Crawford's resume is suspect.
Oh yeah, he said that, bro. Yeah, he said Errol. He said Errol had the cataract. Yeah, he said that, bro.
Where? On an interview, you mean?
I believe he said it on the interview with
because it ain't on Twitter. It ain't on Twitter.
Yeah, I know Tio said that, and he even saying, "Oh, that's why you wouldn't fight." I think that was corny for him to say that he wasn't fighter ready yet. Or that was corny, Ness, because we know Bud deserved to be fighter ready year, and him losing to Inoue, that's understandable because Inoue had a hell of a year last year, so that's understandable. But I ain't gonna lie, that was corny of Tio to say that, bro. Because Bud did his thing last year, but even though he only fought one time, he beat the top dog. He went undisputed twice. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, let's put that into the universe, Ness. Let's get after Crawford fights Errol again. Let's get if Canelo don't want that smoke, let's get Terence and Tio, bruh. I hope Tio pull up to the reach.
You know how that fight gonna happen. Terrence got to put a trajectory and a plan. The only way that fight happening is if Tio activate his status. Nothing else. Ain't no way that shit shaking. He gonna have to force it, and then we might not still get it, but we might be calling Crawford a duck because he vacated his belt because he contractually obligated to fight Earl. I mean,
Sir.
you heard Safara. He in a contract, right? So Crawford in the same boat. Tyron, what up? Hold up, Jen. Look like we got to disconnect, reconnect. Yo. Tyron, we hear you.
Yo, what's good, TBV family? Hope everyone blessed tuning in. Shouts out you next, TBV, the best out. Yeah, man, it's been a lot going back and forth. But the question that you should ask anybody that's coming on the show is, do they have a problem with Canelo and Crawford? That's number one. Earlier I was just saying
it's
so
only
many
one
boxers.
division right here, though. Canelo Crawford 3, Tio Crawford 1.
Yeah, you're right. That's my point. So I was online, man, and this whole, thing came out with Tio, calling out Bud, and everybody was, seemed like they was mad at it, but it was just like, how can you not be mad at Bud moving up to fight Canelo at 168, but you mad at Tio is calling out Bud that's
Because
one division up?
they want to write Tio off because boxing ain't MMA. So
Yep.
right away we see Cambosos beat Tio. We can't even consider him beating.
Yeah, and that's what's wrong with the sport. Even when Bud, contests like, oh, hey, then you lose to Cambosos. It's like, bro, come on, man. How long that was ago?
Yeah, but Bud has the right to say
is,
that because it's like you should be avenging your losses, a la Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, I get that until Bud is in that position. I get that until Bud. It's easy to say that until you get in that position, and that's what's wrong with the sport. That's like, okay. Nope.
He in that position. Remember, he said, "I'ma honor my rematch."
Okay, so let me ask you this: if you saying that to Tio, how come you're not saying that to Canelo about Bevo then?
Who?
We can't make it.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Canelo moved up to challenge Bivol. You moved up. You challenged. You failed. Not a challenge in your division. A challenge in your division means you not as good. A challenge outside of your division, you ain't as good for that division.
Yeah, but do you see my point though? That's whereas you get fans and it's not. I understand what you saying. You know what I'm saying, but you get outside of fans that looking in. And it's kind of like, hold on now. You want to go up to 168 and fight Canelo, which Canelo is the king. Cash, I understand that, but Tio ain't no bum. Yeah, Tio lost to Cambosos, but let's not act like if you really want to dive into it. Hey, Ness, if you really want to dive into it, take away Errol Spence.
Tell me you picking him.
Is Crawford resume
you take
better
away,
or
you take away Earl and tell me you picking Tio?
Tell me who Ness. Okay, let me ask you this, Ness.
He refused.
No, Ness. I'm a cash app you for. I'm a counter punch. Let me finish. I'm a counter punch. Let me ask you this. You take away Earl. What is I'm a cash app you too on the counter punch. You take away Earl. What is Bud's next best win on his resume?
Earl, if you take away Earl.
Yep. Who is Bud's best win on his resume?
Porter.
Is Porter win better than Is Porter win better than a Lomachenko or Comey or Taylor?
Definitely better than Comey. Comey's one-time champ, and I don't even know that he defended his belt.
Okay.
And in terms of Lomachenko, Loma is a more times champ. I think he was 26 with Gary,
Okay.
then 30, and never won a title at 35. Oh, so he only 2 times champ. Oh, he only 2 times champ. Did he win it? Oh, no, he won a title at 35. He lost him to Tio.
Yep.
So he a 3 times champ. So Loma, and he did it faster than Porter in less fights. So Loma's a better win than Porter.
Okay, and what about Josh Taylor? Because remember, we everybody was talking about Josh Taylor moving up to 147 to fight Bud.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that, Ness.
Okay.
So in reality, low key, Ness, Tio, and Bud is when you look at the resume, they're kind of on the same level. You don't think so?
No, because you purposely taking out Earl because you want to win the conversation.
I get that. You got me on that, but you see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's a great fight. If I'm Bud, listen, you really don't really have any choices. Like Tio said, you in a contract supposedly have to rematch Earl. You got Boots calling you out. Send it out, sign a contract now. Then you got me. So it's like, Bud, you kind of about to be in a position where you ain't really got nowhere to go. Because Canelo not about to fight you this year. I don't see Canelo fighting him this year because Canelo know that he gonna get too much slack. So it's like, okay, so where you gonna go? You already saying Boots not you called out Boots. Well, you told Boots that he had opportunities to fight you, so you're not gonna fight him. And you got lineal champion, one division below, want to call you out. Then you want to say, oh, you got boys in your class you want to worry about. You a pussy and you did it. And I like how TL came back and said, yeah, I'm a pussy. I'm the biggest pussy in boxing. I knocked off Lomachenko. I knocked off Taylor. Now I'm coming for you. What's up? I love that energy. I love that energy.
I
and
do
for
too.
Bud, if I'm Bud, man, take it.
He
can't. To me, that's the next.
He can't. He can't
right.
take it.
Like,
Tio's next juggler was you trapped in a contract, which he is. He could say he ain't, but he can't do nothing.
So let me ask you: do you ever see that fight forthcoming? Do you see that fight ever being made, or it's just like a fantasy?
I mean,
everybody.
we gotta see, bro. Tio might still be in a top-ranked contract that he renegotiated after he, beat Taylor.
Okay.
And I just don't know that they're gonna work with. I don't know what Crawford would do for that fight. But remember, Crawford super fans love to say, well, if you really want to fight, disrespect Crawford. I mean, Tio doing what he doing. You know what I mean? Tio doing what he doing.
And like the other caller said, man, Tio didn't disrespect, but when Tio got it, he had much respect, but he wasn't trashing Bud like that. Tio is a throwback fighter, true throwback fighter. Look, I want the best guys. Yeah, I took an L, but guess what? Look what I've done since, and look at my whole career entirely. I want the best. So you can't do anything but respect a fighter like that, because this the type of fighter that we need more of in boxing today. Like the Devins and like the T.O. These guys are leading that new school, so you can't knock him for wanting to go up to 147. Again, that's just one division up. And like for the people that, they complain about this fight, if you complain about this fight, I don't want you can't say, oh, you love Bud and Canelo. You can't say that, but I got you, champ. I'm going to see you 10, man. I appreciate you, man. Shouts out TBV, the best out. Appreciate you, Ness. I'm listening in. Until next time, champ. Appreciate you.
But it's not your time.
Hey, Ness, before you go to the next call, I'm going to get up out of here, but I want to leave y'all with this. Listen, Tio got to work on and just Jermaine Ortiz situation as well. I think beating Jermaine Ortiz soundly adds credibility to that claim, because then that's another fighter people wanted to stay away from, but Tio went out there and fought. So if he wants this fight with Bud, I think he makes a strong case if he really handles Jermaine Ortiz, and continue to make a case as to I guess Bud not having as many options on the table. Now you add to that what Zarafa said about them PBC contracts, and that 380 started to look more like a 9mm. So Tio is gaining ground, and salute to him. Salute to everybody calling in. Check me out. Like I said, Championship Rounds, King Amin Invest 1, Instagram, on Twitter. I'm out.
All right, champ. Saints, what up? Saints Talk New York. You gotta unmute.
Yo,
Yo.
you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, champ? How you been?
All good?
All right. So look, bro, Teofimo be pissing me the fuck off, man. I'm just like, I want to support Tio really bad because there's not a lot of fighters representing New York, male fighters. You got him, you got Shushu. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do be wanting to support Tio for real. And I like homeboy said, yeah. I mean, I respect it. He's going after Terence Crawford, but my whole thing is this. Like, this is where boxers be fucking up. Like, focus on your fight. Like, I understand you out here trying to chase the bag, but like, Teofimo already got mental shit going on. You need to focus on this kid, Jermaine Ortiz. Cause I don't care what people say, bro. This is gonna be a fight. And if I'm putting my money, if I'm trying to win money, cause there ain't really no winning money if you're gonna put it on Tio. If I'm trying to win money, if I'm a gambling man, I'm putting money on Jermaine Ortiz by decision. And I think that's a very likely outcome. I was in the building when Teofimo fought Sandor Martin. I was in there. It was in MSG. I was in the building. The dude was dancing circles around him, and the building, full of Tio fans, by the way, the building thought Teofimo lost that fight. And whether he said he was acting at the end where he was like, do I still got it? I really felt like he felt that. That's just me. And motherfuckers in the building thought he lost that Martin fight. And the reason why I bring that fight up is because Jermaine Ortiz has a similar style to Martin, stays on the ropes a lot, except he has a really good jab, and he's young. And he's been in big fights. He had debatable with Lomachenko. I thought that fight should have been a draw. So it's like, in my opinion, bro, focus on your man at 140. That's what Terence Crawford's not giving him the wrong advice. And if I'm Tio and I beat this kid, you know what I'm saying, I look good, why would I be chasing Terence Crawford? The hot name right now is Devin Haney, and he's in your division. So what are we doing? Like I don't get it. You feel me? Like, I don't get it.
Terrence is a legacy fight, though. Terrence is a legacy fight. Haney will always be there. Terrence is also 36 years old, gonna be 37, maybe 37 and a half when Tio could get his hands on him. I mean, it's not smart.
I mean, I get it, but I think, listen, I understand what you're saying, but like, Haney, you don't have to say, I guess it's not a quote-unquote legacy fight, but Haney's building quite a name for himself. And if he fights him now, while he's still hot, what was Tio's thing, right, coming out of his last fight with Josh Taylor? Oh, my next fight, I got to make X amount of money. Well, I think he would make more money fighting Haney than Terence Crawford. That's my opinion.
I don't know. I mean, Haney, he didn't do the numbers that he needed to do.
Like it's your time. But it's
So Tio got paid $2.3 million in his last fight versus Taylor as the A side. Haney got paid $6 million in his last fight as the A side. They both gonna want more to fight each other. It gotta go on pay-per-view, and motherfuckers don't buy pay-per-views. Motherfuckers is cheap. I hate it because I buy them. But look, Haney can't get a fight now because motherfuckers don't buy pay-per-views. Bro, City E, I bought the shit, man. Motherfuckers would have bought it, we'd have been talking about other big fights, but motherfuckers ain't buy it. Bro, City E.
Yo, what's good?
We hear you.
Man, I'm gonna be 100 with you. That shit, it'll be legacy. Yeah, because he's risking it all and daring to be great. I won't deny that. But we're not gonna sit you and do that. Like we don't know Bud gonna beat the hell out this man,
I
bro.
mean, but if he don't, he beat a 2-time undisputed champ. This is gonna be almost
Yeah,
impossible.
and
Like, just
listen,
think
if
about
if
that.
was a fifth,
Nah,
if was
it's
a fifth,
all right.
you
You
know the
got it.
rest. Come
You
on,
got it.
man.
You got
Come
it.
on.
I mean,
Like,
all
me
he could do,
myself, I'm
is
not
ask for the
mad
fight.
at it. Don't get me wrong, but come on, that's a waste of time.
I
We
mean,
we all know that's a waste of time.
hey, I thought Joseph Parker was a waste of time.
I tried to tell you different. You didn't believe.
Hey,
I
and
tried to tell you
there,
different,
and
man.
if they sign this fight, there's gonna be people trying to tell you
So
different.
so listen to me here, man. I'm a rational thinker, brother. I'm a rational thinker. Don't fuck around, man. Don't fuck. I mean, well, only thing Teal
That's the
should be
only way you
focusing
find
on.
out.
Only thing Teal should be focusing on is fighting Devin. Like right now. If you looking for you itching for a big fight that bad, you ready to go take on Terrence, go ahead and kill a goddamn conversation. Go ahead and pull a Ryan. Kill the conversations with Ortiz and engage with Devin. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's the only that fight right now doing at least 650. It probably do 700. I don't care what nobody say. With the heat behind that story, bro, between him and Tio, bro, the talk between Senior and goddamn BH, that shit gonna be crazy. I'm telling you, bro, that shit would be an atmosphere. That's literally probably damn near, unless you get Tank and Devin. That's probably the second biggest fight in boxing right now. I don't care what nobody say. Tank and Devin right now with a good undercard doing at least 750 pay-per-view. I don't even understand why Tio not pouring out. If
Tank
you're
and
looking for a big
Devin,
fight,
you saying Tank and Devin, or you saying Tio and Devin? Which one is it?
no. I say Tio and Devin.
Well, you
Tio
said
and Devin. I don't
Tank.
care what.
You did
Tio and
say
Devin
Tank.
doing numbers. Tio and Devin do more than Earl right now. Right now for unification, Tio and Devin do more than Earl and Bud right now because everybody that fight is in high demand right now. People gonna want to buy that shit, man. That fight gonna be too hard. Ain't nobody got time for no buffering, and I'll pay the $5 if I go. Ain't nobody got time for that buffering and all the extra dumb shit like that, bro. You gonna want to see every part of that fight. God forbid you can get anybody with some name. You could get Ryan on the undercard. If you could just get anybody with a certain name on the undercard, bro. That shit doing at least 700, 750. I don't care what nobody say. That fight is on fire right now. That's the only thing. I feel like they need to go straight into it. Tio ain't been out that long, is it? How
He
long
fight
Tio
in
been out?
February. He fighting in February.
February, right after that. Perfect. Right after that. Penny ain't had too much time off. He coming off a fresh W because I don't think Ortiz got nothing for him. I feel he can make it a tough fight. I don't see him making it. It'll be some competitive, hard fought, losing rounds with
Tio
Ortiz
fought
in.
Taylor in June of last year.
In June. All right, well, yeah, let him take. All right, well then let him take his comeback against Ortiz and then go straight into it. February right here. Go ahead, take your fight and then go straight into it. Who you rolling with? Devin right now. I don't like. I'm telling you that whole Bud talk, man. That shit a waste of time, bro. That man, like Bud shouldn't even entertain that. Teal shouldn't be thinking about it. Handle the business in your division right now. We don't got time for you moving up trying to find somebody else like you did the first time with Devin. Fight him right now. He got a belt. You got a belt. You calling him number 2. This man been chasing you for the longest. Show him me number 2. Show us you number 1. That's my call, man.
All right, boxing patron.
What's up, miss? Sound good?
All good.
Man, my man just said that Tio and Haney will do 750. Did I hear that right?
You know it.
Man, dude, Tio and Haney, they lucky if they get 300.
Mm.
The only people passing 500, bro, is if Ryan or Tank's name is involved in those fights. Besides that, Haney, Tio by them. Nah, man, they ain't going over 500. They ain't even sniffing 500. They ain't doing it. But am I hearing this? People talking about Tio and Crawford, or am I hearing it wrong?
Nah, that's what they talking about.
That's where did that come from?
Tio and Crawford going at it all over Twitter.
Oh man, Tio really wants that afro, but don't he?
Tio, I mean, he's being consistent, right? We thought he was bullshit. He's keeping that smoke. He won it.
Yeah,
He won a fight.
yeah. I mean, I had to give it to him in the last fight, man, with Taylor, man, because I didn't think he had a shot against Taylor, and man, he beat the fuck out of Taylor. So I mean, I won't. It wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Nothing will shock me. You know what I mean? Like you said a little while ago, did none of us give a chance fucking Parker with fucking Wilder, you know what I mean? So I mean, it could happen, but I mean, dude, that is a nice pay-per-view right there. Those are good numbers, you know. Crawford looking for that payday, you know, and what's Teal got to lose? He ain't got nothing to lose. You know what I mean? If he gets his ass beat, just say he lost to a bigger man, you know, and a better man. And if he fucking even if he looks good for a few rounds, you know what I mean? Fuck, dude, they're gonna be hyping him up, you know, even more. So, I mean, he can't hurt. I would like to watch it. I still think he gets his ass beat, but it's something interesting. But yeah, man, ain't nobody gonna be passing over 500 unless Reiner taking it. That's it. But all right, Nathan. Thanks, bro.
All right, champ. Chad, what up? Chad, got to unmute.
Hey, sorry, Ness. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to call in and say, first of all, that Tio and Crawford would be, I love the sound of it. I love it. Like, whether it can happen or not, it's an exciting idea. And, but yeah, the caller, 2 or 3 calls back, he was right on the money about Tio, man. Right on the money. I mean, like, Tio's problem, in my mind, is focus. Like, why isn't he adding Ortiz right now? Like, why is he even adding and fucking around talking about other fights? Like, to me, his focus should be on what he's doing right now and getting Ortiz out of there. But maybe he's great enough to do both things. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like that to me. I mean, I love Tio. He's everything you want a fighter to be. He's exciting. He's fast. He's great with his hands. He's got good feet. It's all there, but we all see the problem, right? Well, I mean, so far. But when it's counted, in some instances, he's really shown up. I think that if everything was to align perfectly for Tio, everything was perfect, then he'd have a shot with Bud to beat Bud. Absolutely. But, I mean, it just seems like there's always one piece of the puzzle missing, even when he's getting a win sometimes, you know, and the only thing that bugged me was Sandor Martin. Like, I thought that Sandor gave him a tough, crafty fight, man. It was a tough look for Tio, and he did what he could with it. Could he have done better? Sure, but Sandor's not an easy opponent. What pissed me off after that fight was the fans trying to, like, discredit Martin somehow, saying that he ran and just talking shit on Martin, when the truth is Martin is what caused Tio to fight the way he did that night. But Tio got through it, and I just think I like the run he's on right now. He seems like he's really building. He's building in confidence, and I could see it cresting with a fight with Bud would be amazing at the top of the hill, you know. But anyway, I still got faith in Tio, and I'm just calling in to basically say, like, I still expect great things from him, man. I want to see the best from Tio. It's just like, he's got to give it to us, right? I don't know what's going on with him sometimes. I don't dare to guess, right? Mental health, people say that, but I don't think that's fair. I mean, who knows what goes on in his personal life and stuff. But when he's at his best, he's great, man. He's one of the best out there right now. All right, man, that's all I got, Ness.
All right, champ. Appreciate you. I got $1 trillion dreams, $5. So the rumors about PBC are true, huh? PBC's a fighter's graveyard. Al Haymon is a cancer to the mid to low-level fighters. Don't sign with them. High and Low, Sports Centrum, $2. The Boxing Voice is more. Right back at us, another $2. Teofimo Lopez, the next frontier of boxing. Right back at us, another $2. The Boxing Voice is made. Right back at us with another $2. The Boxing Voice, only for a friend to go high. Shout out. That is 4 in a row.
You may feel like it's your time.
We appreciate you, without a doubt, champ. Thank you, thank you. Looks like I got Jay Billy in the place to be. Jay Billy.
Yo, you got me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Shout out Ness putting in that motherfucking work. Man, like, are we not seeing the signs? Like this is the same thing we see T.O. do before, he has a bad performance. He's not even focused on the task at hand right now. He's trying to get clout off somebody else's name. You feel me? Like, I really don't understand what he's doing with the talking and shit. I really just see it as clout. You feel me? Because he's WBO super champ, like I've been saying. So if he wanted to invoke that mandatory, he could and actually, have a legitimate chance of getting the fight. Yes or no, Ness?
That is the correct answer and way to go about it.
Like, come on now. You talking all this shit, man. Like, I'm not going for it. Like, you might have other people fooled and they might think that you actually want to fight, but get the fuck out of here. You got enough smoke at 140, and you got to fight in less than a month. So, dog, man, I'm not trying to hear no fucking excuse after the fight. He needs to go in here and handle Jermaine like, you feel me? Like, you the top 140 pounder. You got 50-50 fights at 140 and you trying to come after the pound for pound best fighter. I'm not seeing it, dog. So with Boots, I've been saying this too. Boots had multiple chances to get the fight, and I'm a Boots fan. So these guys don't want to fight Bud. Like I guess they don't see the reward in it. They don't want to go out on their shield. Like he said, it's not like the fighters of the past. You feel me? They not willing to risk that. Oh, so it's just a whole bunch of charades and shit, fooling the fans, and a lot of people taking the bait. And I'm just not one of them motherfuckers that's gonna do it. You feel me? You got to fight in less than a month. You better be on point because we ain't taking no fucking excuses. All this extra shit that you doing on social media, this ain't helping you with the fight. So mental health, whatever you going through, just make sure you good in that Jermaine fight, because I know Jermaine coming to, you feel me, go out on his shield. So yeah, Nasty, man, y'all keep on putting in that work. Y'all don't take the bait, dog. Man, it's all bullshit. T.O. really wanted to fight, he'll take that fight. I'll take back in if somebody say something.
All right. Nike Hendricks, what up?
You may feel like it's your time.
Real quick, let me
But it's not your time.
show this, cause this bill here.
Talking about you, Teofimo Lopez. If you don't knock it off, talking about you want Bud Crawford. I just seen you and your daddy, and y'all yelled, "Why didn't we offer you $20 million?" So you can imagine what you'd be talking about to fight Bud Crawford. Listen, act like you got some sense. You hear that money counter in the background. Act like you got some sense, and we can make Haney versus Lopez for that 140-pound unification. Yeah, baby. Act like you got some sense. And stop talking about Bud Crawford. You don't want none of Bud Crawford, and you don't deserve none. Knock it off. Talk like you got some sense.
So that's Bill's thoughts. JB, place to be.
Yo, Ness, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, man. Hey, I'm not even gonna come with the bullshit tonight, man. Shout out to Bill, man, talking that real cash shit. Like, man, T.O., man, bro, we don't even believe T.O. can even help even generate a $20 million fight at this point in his career. So he just need to shut the fuck up and not even call Devin's name out unless he wants to get a reasonable offer. I think the only tweet I saw was Boots he said send the contract, he'll sign it. I mean, look, is people actually defending Boots on the show tonight, man? Because they must really forget the Gilly and Wallow shit, but he was stuttering and shit when Bud really checked his temperature. He knows damn well that he's in a safe space right now at 147, and he's just really just waiting for Bud just to evacuate the division and just move on to other ventures and shit, man. Like, these niggas is funny, man. Like, Boots' resume, man, shows why I feel the way I feel about him, man. He really don't want no smoke with the top dogs. If he is what everybody thought he was, he would have been eager and ready, and at least he will actually talk shit with confidence when a nigga addresses him when he's at least the comfort of his home. You know what I'm saying? When he was stuttering shit, he showed that he really ain't want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, we got to stop buying the bullshit, man. Teal don't want no smoke with Devin. Teal don't want no smoke with Bud. Bud wants smoke with every fucking body. So nigga just step wrong with Bud, he just gonna check everybody. Bud's the man. Bud's the fighter of. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, man. Early candidate. Bud's the fighter of this decade, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to you to the community, man. I'm out. Oh yeah. Also, man, did Tip Bayless say anything about Gary Antoine having a money machine counter like that, talking big boy shit, or is Gary Russell gonna have to do all the talking for him? Junior, that is. Either way, I'm out, man. I'll holler at you on the next one, Ness. Peace.
All right. Yo, Ishay Smith took to his Twitter, said, every fighter has to do extensive eye exams every fight. They dilate your eyes, look deep with a magnifying scope. So, they never saw cataract his whole pro career? First it was the weight. Now it's the eyes. Next it'll be his asshole. Just say he was better. Excuse me, just say he was the better man and shut the fuck up. Damn. Shout out Ishay Smith, former IBF champ. You know, he a champ. He allowed to talk shit. He a champ. You feel me? You can't say shit about a champ. Cliff, what up?
Yo, can y'all hear me? Because I'm on the Bluetooth. I'll turn it off if it don't sound good.
I mean, you don't sound like you normally sound, but you know, you ain't trying to win Call of the Year.
No, I turned it off. Yo,
We hear the difference.
Shout outs to my nigga Sabril Matias with his accent and everything. Teofimo, pussy. Yo, the caller before Jay Benitez or Jay Billy, whoever that was who just talked, the caller before him. Yo, he said the shit right. Like, that's what it is. Tio, like, how we gonna bite on what the fuck Tio talking about? And then you played the shit audio with Bill right after, before you took the call that just came before me. And Bill doubled down on it. That's the fucking truth. So why is we sitting up here having a whole great debate when we know that Tio, for one, you lying, you capping. You don't want to fucking fight, bud. Shut the fuck up. You got plenty of fucking competition in your division. You got Sabril, you got Devin, you got their opponent that's coming up, and a bunch of other fighters. And you not the type of fighter, T.O., that can't find work. You don't got a bunch of niggas ducking you, bro. If you can't find work, it's because you're a promoter or some other shit. It ain't like fighters is ducking you. Ain't nobody fucking ducking you. So why is you jumping up calling out Bud? Come on, that's fake. You can cough on it if you want, and that's funny. That's just funny because that shit, T.O. wanting to fight Bud, it's just stupid. Like, go to fucking training camp. Go to training camp and fucking worry about Jermaine. You're not gonna, pull it. You're not gonna beat Bud. You know what I mean? We're gonna tune in, but you're not gonna beat him. You're not even gonna fight him. We know you're fucking lying. You're capping. Get the fuck out of here, Tio. You pussy. Just like motherfucking Sabril said. If anything, fight him. Fight Devin. Fight some of the people in your division. Fuck is you wasting our time for with this bullshit? We see you struggle against lesser opponents and question yourself. We see you struggle with a nigga that was taller than you. You ain't want to fight tall niggas no more. We seen you struggle with motherfucking whoever he was, the boy that he fought before Josh Taylor. I can't remember his name. Somehow it escaped me. Now you finally got a fucking convincing win after after Cambosa knocked you the fuck out and you beat Loma. Now you got another convincing win. You want to hold on to that for as long as possible, bro. Because if you dip your toe in that real hot water, which will be Bud, which will be Devin, which will be Sabril, we might forget about you because they might erase you. The fuck out of here, Teal. You pussy. Just like Sabril said. I ain't buying that shit, man. Get the fuck out of here. Nigga crazy. And the dude just called saying everything he said, dude called right before me, I agreed with, besides him saying Boots was ducking Bud. Bud don't want to fight
like
Boots.
it's your time, but it's not your time.
So Tio a pussy, but he beat the number
Yeah, he
one.
pussy.
He beat the number one in Loma, took the ring belt from him plus the belts. Then he turned around and beat the number one in Taylor, took the belt and the ring belt from him, but he pussy. Okay. We got a new call in the 870. Who's this? 870. Where is this?
What's good, Ness? This is Mario from Arkansas.
Jamari?
Jamario.
Oh, Jamario.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been listening to your show for a while, Ness, and man, I finally wanted to call in tonight, and I finally got through after damn near 15 minutes later. But yeah, man, Tio ain't trying to fight Bud. He's trying to hype up that fight with him and Jermaine Ortiz, which that's what he need to be worried about, because if he don't, Jermaine Ortiz might mess around and upset him if he don't watch out. What you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, he certainly has the opportunity to upset him, especially if he's not focused. But I think there's a misconception of, Tio is on his way to train. He don't even start training until another 2 hours. So, like, why can't he tweet? Everybody's running to say, well, he better be Bud just said he was tweeting at 7:45 a.m. in Bali, another part of the world. So it's like, you don't know what time of the day it is for someone, and you don't know what they got going on. Like, I know for a fact Tio ain't getting to the gym till 7 or 9 o'clock tonight.
Right. Okay. Well, that makes sense. On to my next topic. The biggest fight at 140 right now is Devin and Tio, and I feel like it does 600, 650 easy, because with the backstory, Ness with the backstory with Devin and Tio, and then can you imagine that build up between Tio Sr. and Bill Haney leading up to that fight? Can you imagine them press conferences, Ness?
I mean, I want to imagine them.
That fight, man.
I just don't know. I mean, you heard what Bill just said. Bill just said that Tio Sr. seen him and said, "Why didn't you offer me $20 million?" So it's like they never gonna come off that fight never gonna happen. They only want that much money when it comes to Devin.
Because and then
he out here fighting
Devin,
Taylor for $2 million, but want 20 from Devin. That's insane.
And they see the star that Devin is damn sure growing into now. So that offer ain't gonna do nothing but keep going up and up. So I mean, but like I said, I feel like that's the biggest fight at 140, especially if they get past they next opponents is Devin and Tio and Boots. So I can go on and wrap it up. Boots ain't trying to fight Bud. can we not forget when Boots was the
You may feel
mandatory
like it's your
in
time,
the WBO
but it's
and
not
he
your
ducked
time.
the fight when Bud
Yeah,
fought
Boo.
David Evanesian?
Bud actually brought that up on Twitter, said he had 2 opportunities to fight him. Champ, that is the bell. I got Outlaw Rocco, $2. Yo, Ness be killing me with his little feather duster. Grinning face, grinning, squinting face. Yeah, man, I got to keep the mixer clean, man. Got to keep the mixer clean. We got High and Low Sports Central right back at us. Another $2. He said, Teofimo Lopez, the next frontier in boxing. Right back at us with another $2. Teofimo Lopez, the next frontier boxing. Right back at us with another $2. The boxing voice, only for a friend to go high. The boxing voice, right back at us another $2. Teofimo Lopez, the next frontier in boxing. And right back at us with another $2. The boxing voice is more made. Then back at us with another $2. Teofimo Lopez, the next frontier in boxing. Right back at us with another $2. Bill Haney, the best PR in the business. Right back at us with another $2. Teofimo Lopez, the next frontier in boxing. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight. Salute, my friend. We appreciate you. We got Terrence Johnson, $20 super chat. Rex out of Delaware, 302 stand up. Haven't been able to catch too many live shows lately, but don't forget about me, champ. Laugh out loud. The back and forth on X was hella entertaining, but we all know Bud would clean T.O. ass up. Face with tears of joy. Hands up emoji, hashtag TBV. We appreciate you, champ. Drop a bomb for the dub. And High and Low right back at us with another $2 and says, Teofimo Lopez, the king of the haters. We got Brandon. Let me double check here. I don't know. Hold on one sec. We got Rob, who says $2. Dev was right. T.O. back on the bottle. Laugh out loud emoji. Hey, man, all geniuses get called crazy. You feel me? All geniuses get called crazy. Tyrant Counterpunch.
Yo, what's good, champ?
What up?
Yo, how this was crazy, man. Like, how do you call T.O. like, oh, he back on the bottle? This is a guy that wants to be great. You know what I mean? Like, this is what's wrong with the sport, man. Like, T.O. been wanting to fight the top guys. You look back when T.O. wanted to fight Lomachenko. They was pressing with Lomachenko. They wanted to fight. You know what I'm saying? He been one of these top guys. He been showing us. But it's just like when it comes to T.O., you know, it's like I don't really get it, Ness, and it's kind of confusing because T.O. is a true boxer, man. You know what I mean? We like to watch these movies, Rocky, Creed, these guys, you know, fighting adversity. That's what T.O. is truly done and doing. You know what I mean? Look at the things that he went through in his career. You know, he got in a relationship. I remember on ESPN, you know, it was family issues, you know, pops and the woman. And then, you know, you had it where he said that he couldn't see his son. Then he had the health issue. Now look at him. You know, he got his son with him, seen him with his son training. It seems like he's in the right mind ever since, even with Josh Taylor. One thing what people don't understand, T.O.'s an entertainer. He know what he's doing. He's not on the bottle. He don't have mental issues. He know what he's doing. He know what he's doing. And to me, he's a pay-per-view star. On pay-per-view or never been on pay-per-view. He's a true one of the original leaders of the new school. When you look back at it,
He is one of the original Four Kings. When they said Four Kings, they was talking about him.
Come on, man. He did what Haney is doing right now.
Well,
you know,
whoa, slow down. He never got the actual undisputed crown.
Okay, but he was paving that. He made that way. And yes, he had that setback with Cambosis. But at the end of the day, you can't knock him for that because he put up a great fight. He put up a great fight, and that fight was arguably could be what a top 3 fight of the year that year. You know what I mean? And so yeah, the top fight for To is definitely Haney. I want to see that fight, and I sent you that video too with Haney. Man, shouts out to Bill, man. Bill. He know what he doing too. You know what I mean? Just like that, he seen the Ruggeds. Bill know what he doing. So that fight is going to be
Bill
huge,
just ain't
especially.
trying to lose the bag. He like, hold up, motherfucker. We gonna beat your
Hey,
ass,
no,
not
right,
Crawford.
exactly. Say exactly. Bill know what he doing, man. He representing for his son, and and for Dev, and you love it, man. I love to see it, man. You know what I mean? And so that fight, I would love to see it for all the titles. I would love to see Haney go ahead, get Matias out of there, then fight at the end of the day for
You may feel
undisputed,
like it's your
man. But
time,
at the end of the day,
but it's
man, you
not your
guys,
time.
we got to respect Tio. We got to respect Tio. Ness. I know this is about to end it, but we got to respect Tio because he is that true fighter. You can't knock Tio for calling out Crawford, but you love Crawford for calling out Canelo. We got to make it make sense as boxing fans at the end of the day, man. So that's my point, Ness. I appreciate you.
Champ, that's the bell, baby. Joker.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, bro?
Chilling, bro.
Holler, man. God,
What?
I don't understand how they calling this dude a duck.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand how they're fucking criticize him to stay focused when Haney was fighting Regis. We were talking about Thurman and Mario Barrios
Word.
prior to him being even in the fucking ring at fucking 40. So let's chill. I like it. I like it, bro. Tio is one crazy motherfucker, and he's crazy enough to fight, bud. I mean, why should I doubt the dude? He's fought pretty much the best of the best. I like it. I don't think he can beat Bud though. That's fucking crazy. But why not entertain it? It's two great fucking fighters. Let them fight. And at this point, I want to see Bud in the ring already. So why the fuck not? I mean, I don't think Errol Spence is beating him. I don't think Teal's beating him. But fuck it, I'd rather see him with Teal than Errol Spence. I think Spence is done, man. I don't want to see that rematch. I think it's pointless. You know what? Give me Teal Bud. I like it. Let's root for that shit. Why not, Ness? You motherfuckers gotta stop calling this dude a duck, a pussy. That's fucking weird. Like everybody that be saying that thing like on a constant basis is mad weird. I don't understand these fans, bro. Sometimes I think they be trolling and trying too hard to sound funny on the fucking calls. Have a good one, Ness.
You too, champ. You too. Let me screen share this here. This is Portaway Podcast, and this is Teofimo Lopez.
Is your best dance partner in boxing right now?
Crawford.
Are you pursuing that?
If it comes.
What do you like about?
See, that's what the Jay Billies of the world have an issue with. If it comes when he's super champ, just call for it. You can ask. You can call Paco, and he's got to make the call. It's part of the rules.
About that fight, like when you said
challenges. I love challenges, yo.
Yeah, that's a hell of a challenge.
Yeah, I ain't gonna listen to that. They got the whole cowboy music. I don't know what the fuck Porter got going on. I ain't about to get flagged for some shit I don't even listen to. Fats, what up?
Yo,
What up?
what up, yo? Yo, what my nigga Bud say to him?
Shit, what he said to everybody and what didn't he say, right? You know? He
Yeah,
called
what he say?
Tio a
I'm
pussy. He
late.
called Tio a pussy. He said he don't even look at him whenever he see him. He said Jerron,
You may feel like it's your time,
you avoided the fight
but it's not
twice.
your time.
He said he wish he could fight more than once, but everybody avoided him and stuff like that. Then Tio said a lot of shit. Tio said, yo, you trapped in that contract, you trapped in the Earl Spence contract with Al Haymon.
You know,
All right, stop right there, Ness. I'm glad you caught me up to speed. That's funny, yo. So you mean to tell me, and that's what I don't understand, yo. This guy know everybody business but his own. I don't understand that. He talking about he's stuck in this, bruh. Worry about your own shit. First off, do you not understand what Crawford mean? He said he only chasing big fights. You ain't no fucking big fight. You don't even know what a big fight is. You never even been in one. Like, I don't understand. But T.O. just clout chasing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that with him. And then he do stuff like, oh, Crawford only beat guys that was hurt. Okay, since you want to do that, wasn't Josh Taylor just coming off an injury and a 16-month layoff? Like, I don't understand that. Like, we don't say that. You know what I'm saying? Real boxing fans, niggas don't say that, bro. Like, but you want to bring up that type shit? Okay, wasn't Loma crying he was hurt before he fought you? Like, I mean, like, come on, bro. But yeah, I mean, we don't do that. We don't do that, man. But he won't be saying that shit. But anyway, he out the picture. Boots. I mean, I like the matchup. I do like the matchup. But Crawford said he already sent him to fight like twice. I remember the Black Prom shit when they was on what was that, Wallow and Gilly? When they was on Wallow and Gilly, he on the phone stuttering over his words. He can't even remember what he said and shit. Like, you was bluffing. You knew you got that offer
bruh,
across that table or whatever.
in that video, he said, I've been asking for the fight since 2018.
And Bud said when. He was like, you know when. You know, he like, yo,
Bruh, but
when? I'm asking you, like,
2018, but Jerron Cap, who gonna fight you in 2018? You was fighting like Mark
that's
Arnudis and them type of dudes.
that's what I'm saying. You sit there lying, man. You sit there lying, man. Like, if that man Black Prime and them offered you to fight and you ain't turned and you ain't accepted for whatever reason, that's on you. I'm gonna send you a 5. I'm gonna send you a 5 in case that bell rings. But that's on you, yo. Don't get out here lying. He talking about send it again. Send it again. Like,
You may feel
stop,
like it's your turn.
stop the bullshit, yo. He talking about send it again. Like, man, you niggas don't stop playing out here, man. But all in all, I ain't gonna lie. When we talk about skill sets, I mean, Roy is the all around most raw talent boxing nigga I've seen, even better than Floyd. Like, I like Floyd's style, but Roy was just different. You know, once he lost it, he lost it. But Bud, I ain't going. He different, yo. He different. When I first saw him, I was like, yo, this nigga different. I'm like, oh, he's switching in that bitch, and just how he was doing it, like he ain't just do it because he didn't know what he was doing and try and cut a nigga off or he was confused. Like, he really be calculated in that bitch, and he got powers in both hands. Like Ness, you know, when the last time Crawford fight went to the cards, like went to the 12 rounds.
Man, like
It been damn near 10
fights.
years. Yeah, it been damn near like 10 years. Almost. Like, I think, what, 7? Yo, this nigga is ridiculous, bro. This nigga is ridiculous. Like, other than Roy, I never seen a skill and Bud, I ain't gonna lie, them two dudes' skill sets is unmatched. I haven't seen it yet. Even better than Floyd. I would take his style over Floyd. I don't know if they better. Like, that's a toss up in the ring. Like, you know what I mean? And depending on the weight class, I think. But stylistically, Bud better than Floyd to me. He up there with like the likes of Roy Jones and shit. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, these niggas capping out here, man. But Boots talking about send it again, man. You don't shut your bluffing ass up, man. Like, you need to be fighting in his last fight was in fucking Atlantic City somewhere, man. Like, he been offered you to fight. You ain't want to take it. It is what it is. The T.O., he just clout chasing. He know everybody business but his own. He never even been in a big fight. Crawford worry about big fights, man. You clout chasing, but I appreciate the call, man.
I am screen sharing Jerron's resume in 2018, and well, first let me show you the audio so you get the context. This is the audio. Shout out to $1 million worth of game.
Sleep. You dreaming, man. You talking in your dreams, man. Don't fight. Yeah, we asked for that fight plenty of times, yo. Plenty of times. When?
So right there, he said we asked for that fight plenty of times. So right away, Crawford said, when? He just got to say back in March, back in February. February 22, February 21, May of 19, something like that, right?
You may feel like it's your time, but it's not your time.
Plenty of times.
What's plenty? When?
Man, you
And
already
you
know that.
fronting.
You know what's
You
up.
fronting now. Don't
No
front
front.
for Gilly now.
No fronting. No
All right.
front. Keep it a being though. You
All
know
right.
we asked that fight plenty of times.
When?
That's
That's what I'm saying. When? You keep saying keep it a buck. I'm saying when.
plenty of
Now you saying one
that.
thing and your dad saying another. So when?
What you mean?
You saying one thing and your dad saying another thing. So what is what?
We asked for that fight. I've been asking for that fight since 2018. What are you talking about? Since I was a baby.
You been asking to fight me since 2018.
All the top guys, man.
Cut it. You believe that? You a fool.
Look at Gilly face.
You believe that? You a fool. He's drunk. He's
Waller's mom's trainer. All right, so now let me show you these. This is his resume. So he said, I've been asking for that fight since 2018. So I'm assuming he ain't asked for it when he fought Gustavo Garibay or Samuel Amaoko. Maybe he asked for it when he beat Mark Arnudis, because that was a common opponent with Danny Garcia. Or maybe he asked for it when he beat Armando Alvarez and it was a WBC USA silver welterweight vacant belt on the line. Or maybe he beat it when he beat journeyman Raymond Serrano. But the point is that neither of these times looked like they made sense for him, his team, anybody. So while he may have been calling him out on social media and in post-fight interviews, that's not a contract. That's not a term sheet. That's not a real fight at all. We got Timboski.
Yo. What's going on, man? Salute to you, man. What's going on? Working hard as usual again, man.
You know
we love it. We love it, man. Like you're breaking down right now, Ness, man. I've told these puss in boots, you puss in boots. I'm gonna put some more UK tranquil in your brain cells. We're not happy with Roma Villa. We're not happy with Roma Villa. I'll break down your resume right, nice and easily. You talking about the guy's talking about I've been wanting to fight you since 2018. What didn't I call him earlier, Ness, and asked you in his 10th fight he was fighting who? James Winchester. We don't know who that is. And then the next about 10 fights he fought who? Ness, Mr. Mike Arnautis. Remember that?
Yeah, Mike Arnudis, I know. He fought Danny
No, I'm saying,
Garcia.
no, I'm saying. Do you remember when I called it earlier and I spoke on this about? Yeah. He was not cooler. He didn't want to fight no Terence Crawford in no 2018. What is this man talking about? This is what I don't understand. Maybe he was a bit tired and a bit woozy. You understand what I'm saying to you? Apart from that, your best win at 147 is technically who? Sergey Lipinets. And if we go to Sergey Lipinets. Sorry, Sergey Lipinets. Who's his best win at 147? Do you know this?
Oh, at 147, he don't got no wins at 47.
Oh, he doesn't have any wins at 147. Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. He beat Lamont Peterson at 147. You forgetting
that
that?
was a retirement fight, bro. Come on.
Exactly. Oh, no. That's what I'm saying to you. Exactly. We're not impressed with that. And Eric Bone ain't shit. I'm sorry to say. Thomas Dolome's best win is who? Was it Terence Williams? Was it Terrell Williams? I think it was. But still, Clayton's best win at 147 is what? A draw with Lipton.
Nah, man, but
come on, man.
Come
And Van
on.
Herden,
Castillo Clayton was a good fighter, man.
We knocked out Van Herden. We knocked him out. You had a no contest with Van Herden. No one talks about his disciplined feet, his ill-disciplined.
Arkansas. Yo, I erased your name by mistake, champ. What's your name?
My name Nigel.
Nigel, my bad, brother. Talk to me.
Man, what's up, man? So first off, hey, I appreciate you, man, doing your thing, man. I love the podcast. I love your platform. Yo,
thank you, brother.
Hey, man. Hey, man, I'm talking about, listen, Crawford, y'all, this man really up here on Twitter, really debating about hanging the gloves up. Listen, this is greatness, man, that we're talking about. We out here not appreciating this shit. We got this man really debating about hanging up the gloves. Think about that. Think about that. Before y'all start taking this man's name down through the ringer, man, listen. We have to appreciate it while we got it right now. We might not ever get this chance back again. You know what I mean? So listen, we gotta support this shit, man, regardless of your favorite fighter, your fans, or man. Listen, we gotta appreciate greatness. Now let me talk about Boots. Boots, listen, bro. We all know. Look, man, you say you're coming up 2018. You've been asking for the fight. Listen, Crawford was trying to get a belt with Horn, man, and at that point in time, you were baby cakes at that time, man. Before you even step to the throne, man, you got to get your feet wet a little bit more. So let's go ahead and cancel that out right now. Teofimo, he only right now is trolling because he have a fight coming up and he trying to get some eyes up on that thing. Everybody know what's up. You know the reason why I say that? Because why would you call Al Crawford and say you want to fight after you already said this man stuck in a Spence and Al Haymon contract? Why would you want to call this man out and fight knowing he's stuck up in the contract? That sounds like you just talking just to be talking, because if you really want to fight somebody, you'll be trying to fight Devin Haney or you'll be calling for Boots, because Boots got a belt right now, right? Don't Boots have a belt? Yes, he do have a belt. So why you're not calling out for Boots? But you're trying to call for Crawford. Crawford already told you he's going for greatness, man. Listen, if it ain't Canelo, if it ain't Charlo, listen, this man said, man, I got maybe one more fight up in me. Did y'all hear him on Twitter? He said, I got one more fight in me. He said, I just might not even do it at all, because y'all really not appreciating greatness, man, and that shit's sad. Boxing is at an all-time damn near low when it comes down to the way it's really supposed to be right now, man. I can't sit up here and stress enough that if we don't support this, man, and hold these companies and hold these fighters accountable when it's time to hold them accountable, man, it's gonna forever be like this. You're gonna have people that's really out here trying to chase greatness be ready to hang it up. We talking about Bud Crawford, the one that's tagging names. He tagging names. He ain't making it a Morse code so you can figure out who he talking about. He tagging names. He tagging Boot.
But it's
He
not
tagging
your time.
Champ, that's your time. That's your time, player. We got High and Low Sports Centrum right back at us. Another $2. He said the boxing voice, the Coliseum of boxing. Thank you, sir. Jonathan Lambarena, $5. Everybody was all hype when Gervonta indirectly said he would knock out Bud. Now, Teo wants to challenge himself, and it's a problem. Y'all ass backwards. I'm with you, champ. Cliff in Connecticut, $2. Teofimo, Fussy with the peach emoji. Teo, a kitty cat with a girl carrying a baby and a Joker card and a clown emoji. Okay. We got High and Low Sports Centrum, $2. Teofimo Lopez, talk to talk, walk the walk. Shout out to you. We got JB with the counterpunch.
Yo, Ness, you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Hey, question. You still got Boots' resume pulled up, man?
You know it.
Okay, cool, man. All right, walk with me, man. So, okay, he allegedly called him out in 2018. After he in what was it June? Was it what June and July? he fought his first 2 10-rounders, and right before that, he fought an 8-rounder, right? And in 2017, didn't he fight also a 6 and an 8-rounder and back to a 6? Or am I mistaken with the timeline?
In 2018,
2017, 2016, and 16.
well, in
Because
18 he fought a 6, a 8, a 10, a 10.
A 6, 8, and 10. But didn't he have a point in his career when he had fought a 6, then an 8, then back down to a 6, and then back down to an 8?
Yeah, right here.
Is that correct?
Yeah, he fought
Okay.
I.E. Bruce, common opponent with former world champ Ishe Smith for a 6-rounder. Then he went up to 8-round for Sosa, back down to 6 for Garby, back up to 8.
Let's stop right there. We talked about this on the show and everything when you're talking about prospect of the year.
Yeah, regression.
Is that correct? Progression, right?
Regression.
Do you regression? Okay, cool.
Because they regressed them. You trying to say they regressed them, but you got to keep in mind these are club shows, so sometimes it's about money, and it's like, yo, I can't afford.
Right?
Exactly. I can't afford to get you an 8-rounder, or I had you an 8-rounder, and that opponent pulled out of some shit, you know.
Or Boots really could not be good as we thought he was. They saw some of those club shows that we still never was able to see, that we don't even see on YouTube because there's no footage for real for us. That's all I'm saying, man.
So you think they regressed them?
Absolutely, I believe that, man. Absolutely. I mean, let's think about it, man. Like, bruh, like I at least respect Tio saying if the opportunity comes.
But that was a long time ago, though. Even if you right, they regressed them back then.
Right,
yeah, I mean, let's say you're right.
I'm not wrong too often.
Okay, but they regressed them, and then he showed them what they needed to see, and he was back on track.
Okay, then look at his resume going forward and shit like that. Do you believe at any point that Cameron Duncan had any foresight of putting him in the ring with Bud Crawford, or even taking an offer to ESPN?
I think Cameron's goal was exactly what he got. His goal was to get a network deal for both of his fighters, and that's what he got. He had a network deal for Boots and Brandon Lee.
So long story short, and what's with Brandon Lee right now? What the fuck is he doing?
I mean, same thing, free agent.
Jesus Christ. All right, so long story short.
Yeah, but that's because Cameron passed away, rest in peace.
Yeah. But before that and everything, though, like, did Brandon Lee seem like he was on the trajectory of taking over 140 division?
I mean, no.
Or
that's why. But that's why the leash wasn't never off. He had that fight where he got dropped. Then, you know, I think he had a decent fight with Ochoa. But, like, yeah, the leash ain't off because he ain't looking like a killer. He got the power, but, you know.
So long story short, Cameron Duncan does what he does best and everything.
If you're going to say that, then you got to give him credit.
He brings up.
Yeah, but you got to give him, if you're going to say that, you know, he
making them look better than they really are.
No. He found Mikey and Crawford. Those were both his fighters.
Yeah, he found them.
And brought those guys up.
But come on, my nigga. We can't act like those are the only 2 people he found. He struck gold twice. You know, lightning hit the same spot.
Twice? You mean four times? Because say what you want about Brandon, but any promoter will take him. I'm talking about say what you want about Brandon Lee. Any promoter will give him a network deal.
Get the fuck out of here. You serious?
Bruh.
I don't hear nobody rumbling about Brandon Lee like that, man.
Bruh,
I don't
stop.
hear nobody rumbling about. Like what? Maybe Golden Boy?
DAZN, Golden Boy, Top Rank. Bro, you talking about a power-punching, good-looking Asian that speaks English.
Asian Mexican. Yeah, Asian Mexican.
That speaks English.
And plays the guitar and shit like that. Yeah, he got a decent following. I check him on social media.
I mean, let me ask you something. Who got more of a story, him or Brian Norman Jr.? The answer's him.
Jeez. Come on, my nigga. You know I'm going to be biased, man, because I'm from the A. But definitely Brandon Lee, though, man. Just if I'm going to keep it real. If I keep it real, it's definitely Brandon.
Trying to tell you, he just got to – he ain't panned out yet. He got potential. He just need to keep working and get it right. Maybe, you know, he's trained by his dad, too. It could be that.
Come on, man. I'm not going to diss no father-son trainers and shit like that.
Hey, man, I mean, you know, you either good or you not. I ain't saying he not. I'm just saying. Could be that.
True. But what I will diss is goddamn Cliff. I was about to say you was a good caller today, man. But until you want to just go ahead and ignore the bullshit from the Boost camp and everything, bruh, I got to go ahead and retract that statement, bro.
You may feel
Keep
like
working
it's
on
your
your
time,
call. Shout out to
but
you,
it's
Ness, and
not
shout
your
out to the
time.
community. I'm out.
All right. Tip, what up? Tip Bellis, what up? Okay. Dom, what up?
What up, Ness?
What up?
Yeah, so everything Bud said on Twitter today is facts. He's just continuing his rampage of just, putting the narrative in line to where it needs to go. And that's that he's the undisputed pound for pound king right now in boxing. Nobody's fucking with Bud Crawford. And as far as these potential matchups that are being made, whether it's Boots, Lopez, I mean, if they're not gonna come up, it's not happening. Bud has said he's not going back down to welterweight, and if he is, it's for the Spence rematch. That's not gonna happen. So, are these guys gonna move up? I doubt it. And Boots is comical for saying send a contract, knowing that, or allegedly, BLK had one for him back in December a couple years ago, and it's really a shame he didn't take that fight. I don't see why Bud would double back um, to do it, other than going 3 times undisputed. But people won't give him the credit when he does it the third time like that. And then Lopez, I like how he checked him, saying that he's the only one in a fucked up deal with Top Rank. Again, why would Bud double back and make another deal with Top Rank in a fight? It's not logical. He wants Canelo. We all need to push for this as a community. Bud v Canelo. He's with PBC. Hopefully that gets made. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think his tweets did all the talking. And Crawford, you guys just got to listen to what he is saying to you guys every time he comes on Twitter. He speaks nothing but facts, undisputable facts. That's it for me. Peace.
All right, champ. Dom, we appreciate you. We got new caller in the 918. New caller in the 918. Who's this? 918.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Who's this?
There's 2 times. Hey, bro. I kind of called it in August. I said T.O. versus Bud. To be honest, I feel like Bud could actually go up, man, to 47. Not Bud. I apologize. T.O. could go up to 47 and challenge Bud, man, and possibly get that win. I think, man, T.O. got that anyway complex. He only really get up for big fights, and I feel like he would get up for Bud, bro. Stopping Bud, I don't know. Going the distance with him, I think it'd be difficult. Do we got it in him? Yup. But I heard a caller say T.O. should show, or he should fight Haney to prove that he's the best at 140. Why not fight the man that Haney don't want to fight? And that's Bud. Yeah, you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. What else is there? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, man. I think I'm gonna really leave it without. Yeah, 918 in the house, toss in the house, watch your mouth, town business. Take it easy, Ness.
Appreciate you, man. Shout out Dreamland, Jeremiah Milton.
Hey, speaking of Jeremiah, man, we gonna get Jeremiah versus Richard Torres? Are we gonna get
Jeremiah
Big Baby
need a
versus
new
Richard
contract.
Torres?
He need a new contract, man. He with Tony Holden, but I think his managerial contract just got up and he got conversations. I was talking with him the other day. He's talking with Mike Leonardi that works with MVP. So let's see if anything pans out. I'll keep you updated.
Question though, before I go, where do you think Richard Torres actually stands in the heavyweight division?
Nah, he's still developing, man.
Still developing.
Hell yeah. Jared Anderson is way further ahead of him.
You don't think Richard Torres stopped Milton, or you don't think it'll be a good fight?
That's a great fight. That's a great fight for Torres. Milton's
But
only.
why can't we get these fights, man? Why we keep getting these developmental fights? Let's actually see. This is why boxing is suffering, is because we can't get the fights that the fans
Listen. I'm gonna tell you this right now, champ. That fight was offered to Milton, so we can't get these fights because the fighters don't want to take these fights. That fight was offered to Milton.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know that. And you're in a privileged position, you know more than us, man. You know, but I really feel like Tio can take it to Bud. Win the fight, it's gonna be difficult. But as far as fight number one, he got a resume of fight number one, and Bud being number one, and he made good points, man, about his Bud Crawford, his resume is a little splotchy fighting these guys, man, who's coming off of stuff. But another caller also mentioned that Taylor was coming off of an injury, Loma was coming off an injury. Let's put the bullshit to the side. Go and get your tune up with old boy the Loma start, and go and jump in the ring.
But it's not your time.
Get it on with Bud. But it's on.
All right, champ. Bo Rogers.
Yo.
Yeah.
Man, this morning I was talking to you, man. I got my who I was talking about mixed up, man. But it's all good. But anyway, Tio and Bud sounds like the case. One scared, the other one glad he's scared. Nah, I like Tio. I like Tio, but I don't think he can beat Bud. I think he might can beat Bud though, but I don't think he can beat him. I'm gonna just be real about it. I don't think he can do nothing with Bud. I think that jab will be a little too much for him. I don't trust Tio mental. I think he'll break down in the fight, and but on the back though, because the truth hurt. He really ain't fought nobody when they was at their game. It's what it is, man. And I'm learning more and more about the game because I understand why guys was fighting certain guys, and I realized that the belts need to probably be taken out of the sport altogether because we'll never get the fights we really want because of those belts. Fight him, it take me out of position to fight this dude. If I fight him, I miss my chance on this right here. So that's why I just want to see some fights, you know what I'm saying? But Tio, I think he need to, I think Tio will fight him though. He might, if he really wants some money, I believe he might do it. But I wouldn't, you remember when Baby Bull fought Juan Marquez? You remember that fight?
Yes, sir.
Man, that fight hurt me so bad, but cause I used to love Baby Bull, and that's right there would make me always pump the gas when I be thinking about these young guys fucking with a legend. Bud is a legend, and I think Tio he should fight Devin and Tank and all them guys, and just let Bud go ahead and retire because he don't want to fight nobody. I don't think he really want to fight Canelo. He really don't want to fight Spence again, but I guess he gonna go ahead and get that. But I can think he'll probably be out of there. But that's all I got for you tonight, man.
All right, champ. Appreciate you, Bo Rogers in the building. Leo, Houston, what it do?
What it do, Ness? What it do? What up, H-Town, baby? Man, Ness, I don't know what call it called.
Leo, give me 1 second, brother. I'm sorry. James Benitez got another counter. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back to you.
Yo, my bad, Leo. Let's just talk for a minute, right, man? Like, we know Tio always wants these big challenges and everything, man. We know Bud's unrealistic, right? Why the fuck, man, he can't just fight Boots for real, man? Like, do you think Boots is actually beatable enough? I mean, do you think Tio can actually beat Boots, man? Like, let's just have a conversation.
Let's say I did. Do you think Top Rank would make that fight? That's really the question. Would they be willing to put Tio in there with Boots, who's a naturally bigger man?
I think when you look at the whole resume of Boots and everything, it shows that do you really trust your fighter enough on
Resume
that
don't
stage?
win fights, champ. You seen Espinoza just
Resume,
pull. Nah, man, look at Espinoza. Who he fought that told you he was about to
but
be the gold medalist world champion with
but
title
we also saw,
defenses.
but we also saw how Boots shit the bed on the big stage, being on the undercard of that big pay per view. Is he ready for those lights and that magnitude of that fight with a Teofimo Lopez? Teofimo Lopez may not be a $20 million draw, but he damn sure will catch the eyes of all boxing hardcores and everything, and have us really checking real X's and O's on Boots to see he really can cut it in the sport of boxing going forward. So me personally, I think the work that he's done, Teo is more than capable of beating a Boots. He's just not more than capable of beating a Bud. That's just my honest opinion.
Yeah,
What
I mean,
about you, Ness?
I just don't think T.O. even looking at a Boots because his levels. He looking, you see, he put number one. He won the number one. Who's considered the man? Those people that he beat, those dudes are like, one was undisputed, the other one was a multi-division champ. Like, he looking for accolades just like Bud.
That is true, but his next level, his next step of progression for Teo, Boots is the man. At least the man of the people right now for that division. So it only makes sense just to go ahead and knock off the alleged biggest fish that's there. But I could just be over just jumping the gun or whatnot. But I think he can. And I think probably more than enough people in the chat right now probably believe Teo's more than capable of damn beating Boots than beating Bud. Either way it goes, man. My bad, Leo, man. Shout out to Houston, man. Shout out to the community. Shout out to everyone. I'm out, man.
Leo, my bad.
What up, man? No, it's all good. Nah, man, I don't know what caller called talking about that Teo's a pussy and he's ducking
That was
Matias.
Cliff.
Bro.
Cliff, the casual hardcore from Connecticut.
That boy should be the casual idiot, bro. They sent Matias a goddamn contract. He turned it down because he had a hand injury. His coach said it wasn't a break or nothing. His coach said it was a ligament injury that could be handled by therapy or surgery. And Matias don't want to do the surgery. I had heard that Oscar and Mayweather fought with the same injury for a couple of years before they fixed it. So if he wanted to fight, he could have took the fucking fight. There's only one pussy on there. That's Matias. He didn't sign no contract. That's on him, bro. I need to stop fucking believing whatever people saying and see the facts. That's the facts. That's the truth. Now, Teo's only want to fight number one guy. He fought Loma when Loma was 1, 2, 3 pound for pound, turn around, whatever you want to put him. Everybody had him at the top 3. He beat him. He was 23 years old. People said, this kid's crazy. Ain't no way he's going to do it. Then he went up and then he fought Taylor. Everybody like, he ain't going to beat Taylor. He ain't going to do it. Hey, if the kid wants to fight Bud, and I'm a Bud guy, man, hey, let him fight Bud. Do I think he could beat him? Hey, can Father Time be at Bud's door as we speak and he gets in that ring and he gets old in the ring? We don't know until we see it, Ness. These guys need to remember Bud's going to be 37 years old, and he's not as young as he used to be, and that's why he wants big fights, because he's trying to get that paper. But there ain't no big fights. The only big fight's Canelo, because Boots ain't got no name. Boots is still an up-and-comer. People are counting Boots, and Boots ain't done shit. Like, you ain't gonna if you ain't paying to see Devin, how the fuck you gonna pay to see Boots and Devin's accomplice? Come on, that's bullshit. You know that's bullshit, Ness. They don't pay to see Devin, and Devin's done proved himself. And I'm not gonna. I was a Devin naysayer, because after he fought Loma, I was like, oh no, this kid's hype. But no, he came back, and the kid was dehydrated against Loma. It's plain to see he was too big for the division. He came back, dominated the region. And, hey, Devin's legit, But these guys don't pay to see Devin, who's a tactician, a master in the ring, and they want to see Boots. Come on, man. Boots ain't fought nobody, man. Tell me who on Boots' resume just compared to Loma, which is on Haney and Teo's resume. If it's two kids in boxing you can't talk shit about, it's Teo and Devin, because they're doing it. They're fighting the big names. And they're not fighting it for the big money, but they're fighting the big names. Like, who else? Tank didn't even want to fight Loma. Nobody want to fight Loma. Only two guys wanted to fight Loma, and those two guys are the guys leading boxing right now. That's Tio and Devin. Everybody else needs to shut the fuck up.
All
You
right.
may feel like it's your time, but it's not your time.
James Benitez, $2. Tio can't beat Bud, but Tio would beat Boots. We got Nuke, Savannah, Georgia.
Yo, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Man, that song ain't nothing Tio said was out of pocket, wrong, or none of that. Like Tio, he dropped the list. Number one, and then another number one. Now, me personally, I agree with everybody else. He got a lot of smoke at 140. But at the same time, what about when everybody else want to move up? You know what I'm saying? Like, Boo Boo moved up the fight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he campaigned there for a couple fights. Bud wanted to fight Canelo. He wanted to move up. People want that fight. But they wouldn't mind anyway in Tank. You know what I'm saying? Whatnot. But at the end of the day, Tio got an L. You know what I'm saying? So once you lose the O, man, it's a great thing. Well, a great thing for the fans. Because now I ain't stressing. You want great fights. You want greatness. You want challenges. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be hesitant when they still got that O. But for me, Tio is gonna get his ass beat by Terence Crawford. But I'd love to watch it. You know, just from the standpoint of, I know Tio ain't finna go in there and lay down. I just don't like to see somebody just go in there and lay down. You know what I'm saying? But for me, how Boots was calling Bud out at 18. Like when did Bud get in the division? 17? 16?
But I would have to pull up his resume, man. But it would be the day that he fought Jeff Horn. Give me a segundo. Damn.
That don't even make too much sense. I mean,
Jeff Horn was 2018.
So that's what I said. That was a blank fucking call out. And I ain't said I want Boots and Terence to fight. But for me, that's a blank call out. That was his first fight at 18. He's been calling the boxes 18, and he ain't fought nobody in 18 worse, even a step up there to the, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was a blank call out because, shit, Bud had his eyes on the champion when he was coming to 147. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like, oh, the man that comes, like, no, that wasn't even a plausible fucking call out. You know what I'm saying? So the two champions that he did have, like Bud said, hey, I would have took him if I really wanted to take him, because you ain't gonna never be able to take him on your terms. And then now you done waited. He done beat Earl, you undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Then talking about Canelo, ain't no way you finna ever get this on a platter that you like. It ain't gonna never happen. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I think that shit gonna sell. So Crawford may give us that one more or not that one more. Because at this point, T.O. Boots, it ain't happening. And thank Dr.
Feel like it's your time.
All right.
But it's not your time.
Indiana, what it do, Khaled?
Yo, Ness, how you doing, bro?
Straight.
I bet. Before I comment on the T.O. and Bud shit, let me comment on the morning show real quick, because that shit was fire, but it just be too hectic to call in there. Nonetheless, point blank, period, Bulls need to sign with Matchroom Eddie Hearn. That's like easy work, you know what I'm saying? Like, if the man, you ain't got to sign no long contract or nothing, nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? 3-fight deal, he gonna have you in arenas, he gonna have your name bigged up. You know what I'm saying? I saw him do it with Devin Haney. I've seen him do it with other fighters. He can send you over to the UK. It makes sense. And it don't got to be nothing long term. He going to get you in there with Giovanni, Rocha, his fighters over there for you. We're just trying to build your name up because nobody knows you right now. If you fighting in the Phillips Arena, you got Meek Mill, Wally, Gillo, all them going to support you. You're going to have the city behind you. It makes sense. All right, boom. Shout out to boxing and marketing. And I'm starting to see through it. Like, all right, Teofimo, I got a fight coming up. kind of what Devin and them be doing when they call out Tank sometimes when they got fights coming up. Respectfully, though. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I got a fight coming up. You know, Mr. Ortiz don't have the biggest name in the world. Let me, like, call out Bud. And it's cool to call him out because you keep calling him out and all that, but it's really marketing. Like, you're not really – like, that fight probably not – no, it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. Bud Crawford, marketing, more marketing. The dude who you got a rematch with, he shut down the internet yesterday and all that. Shut it down the other day with the excuses and I got the cataract and why think I kept hitting with the jabs. Bud didn't comment on nothing. You know what I'm saying? He just kind of left it alone because he want to show some respect. But it's been quiet for him. We don't know when he going to fight. We got to keep our names circulating in this boxing media. Got to keep our names relevant. We doing the show on it now, so it's working. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm going to go ahead and keep it on boxing and just indulge like the topic, Teofimo has no chance against Bud Crawford. Zero chance. I just don't see it, bro. Like, you just going to walk up to 140. Like, even when you went to 140, you had a couple acclamation fights. Now so you going to go up to 147 where they thumping up there. That's when the niggas is up there sparring heavyweights and shit like that. So I think going into that fight, Bud going to already know this little nigga can't hurt me. I've been up here. Like, he can't hurt me. You know what I'm saying? You smaller and all that, and you are talented. You are an explosive fighter, but fight with your hands down. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you win no rounds. You fuck around and get stopped. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you on the legacy and all that and shooting and daring to be great and all that, but it's fights. But fight Devin Haney, fight Sabril, fight Ryan if you get the belt. That's the legacy for you. Leave Bud alone. But that's my call, bro. Thank you.
Like it's your time, but it's not your time.
Lids Low, what up?
TBV.
What up with you?
What was that, Andy Jam? How you feeling, man?
Can't call it, man. Another day, another podcast.
So you right. Shout out to Danny. I know he ain't there, but shout out to Danny. All right. I mean, me personally, I want Bud to fight Boots. Why? Because that was the next guy that, like what Money say, they always building up the next guy. So Jerron, the next guy, he's supposed to have it all. He do look good on the eye test. You know what I'm saying? So I particularly would like for Bud to fight him. Then it ain't really nothing nobody can say. They can't say nothing now, but they can't say nothing if he beat Boots. And then whatever fight he want, cool. Now him and the T.O. thing, that's cool. I know T.O. looking for a big fight. You know, he been wanting something more than 1.5 for a while. So if he the only way he'll get Bud though, I think he'll get him on that Heisman night. Cause you know T.O. good on what Heisman, and then I guess he trying to take over Super Bowl weekend type shit. So I ain't mad at T.O. Shout out to T.O. He want to call out Bud, it's fine, you know, cool bean. Bud want to take it, cool bean, man. Let it rock. I ain't got no problem with no boxer actually calling out another boxer. So and I know this whole weight thing been a trip these last couple of years because the damn near weight class damn near don't matter no more. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. If you call somebody name, be ready to goddamn fight. That might call them out, man. Stay up, champ.
All right, baby. We got J Matt.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Damn, I didn't realize I pressed it. Like, so I'm just pretty much what you doing the show about what T.O. and Bud with Twitter shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. T.O. avoided Devin in multiple weight classes. He was running around saying he was undisputed when he knew he wasn't. All he had to do is go dispute that claim by taking Devin belt, and he chose not to. His fault in him is both on record saying something about Mandingos and black fighters, and they don't want to fight Devin at 140. So I'm supposed to take him serious that he wants to fight Crawford. It sound like like a stunt. It sound like when like something like Rolly Daniels quite often would just talk shit, try to get a little buzz on the name. Sound like when Tank called him out, talking about testing that chin, they had to come out and apologize. So I can't take it serious as far as Bud and T.O. getting in the ring. Till will get knocked the fuck out, and he probably would contemplate never thinking about boxing again. So I mean, I guess it's just shits and giggle. Bud made a statement saying whenever they see each other, Teal seems to not keep the same energy. At least that's what I got from it. So I don't know what to do with this, but see that Teal is just off his meds again, talking that hot shit and never planning on backing it up. I mean, I think he got guys around his weight class that he need to be focusing on. And before you talk about the Crawford, because Crawford real in his career. Shit, you got anything else?
Nah, I mean my counter would only be that you know, he has shown a track record of collecting lineal belts and going after the lineal champ, and Bud would be a lineal champ. So I get, oh, the Matisses and the Devins there, but you know, he ain't fight Devin at 35. He went for the lineal champ. You know, he ain't fight
You and
Matisse.
Josh Taylor.
No,
Josh
at
Taylor.
35. At
Go ahead.
35, he went for the lineal champ in Loma. And then
Okay.
at 40, he ain't go for Matisse. He went for the lineal champ in Taylor. So he going for lineal champs. Maybe he just like Bud. Bud love them ring belts too. That's all he talk about.
Ness, me and you both know that's a good little way to argue your argument. That man don't want to fight Devin, so he damn sure ain't trying to fight Crawford. Crawford would knock Till the fuck out. Just hands down, no questions, no ands if about it. He'll play with him, toy with him, and his daddy better have the fucking tower hanging over the rope for any little incident that breaks out that's not in his son's favor. But it would destroy Till. I don't think Till would want to go in that direction. I think somewhere Till thinks it's cool to talk shit
You
or
may feel
tweet
like it's your
Bud's
time,
name, but that's all that is
but
just
it's
running
not
his
your
mouth.
time.
All right. I mean, I really want Tio to activate the WBO status because that will make this real and it will force Bud to either fight or vacate the belt. And then there's gonna be some explaining to do if that happens, right? So I am Q, welcome to the champ level. Charles, what it do?
Yo, what's up, Ness? What's going down, man?
Chilling, man, putting in that work.
As usual, man. Shout out to you, man. Always putting in the work, man. The ESPN of boxing right there, the boxing voice. But just a comment on the topic, man. Oh, I didn't get a chance to get in this morning, man. I was listening to you at work. Shout out to you. I do think Jerron Ennis should take that Eddie Hearn route. It makes sense as far as being able to. When you were talking about that earlier, Ness, I thought about when you was breaking down, when you was talking about bringing the big three together, meaning Eddie being the head, Top Rank being a developer, and PBC being kind of like the Hollywood, the end, the big pay-per-view, the big match. So I do think Boots could use that in his career. I think he could use Eddie now to kind of get him out there, get him exposure. But tonight's topic, um, I like it. I like Tio. I like the shit talking, but let's be honest and shout out to J Mac. Bud Crawford would destroy T.O. And I think T.O. is athletic enough to make it a good contest, Ness, but again, does keep his hands down. And again, people got to remember, man, when Bud Crawford, since he's been to 147, he been dominating. What I mean by dominating is he's knocking people out. So would T.O. make a competitive fight based on his athleticism? Of course. But I also look at T.O. that's like the Kanye West of boxing. I mean, he always say crazy shit. He's talented. You know, Kanye say a lot of crazy shit, but he's talented. Um, One question I don't understand, Ness, and it's really the James Benitez, because I really respect James Benitez, man. I like his takes, but I don't get the hate on Boots. You know, and reason why I don't get the hate on Boots is, okay, did he miss out on his Crawford opportunity? Maybe yes. But at the end of the day, people keep saying he got to fight somebody. Well, Ness, my question to them is, I mean, it's true in essence, but what do y'all want him to do if he can't get fights? You know, like he's being avoided. And so to me, man, like people got to stop hating on Boots. I do get he didn't have the right energy for Crawford, but at the end of the day, Crawford was going to never take that fight anyway. Crawford is on a different trajectory than Boots. Boots, I think, is the next thing up. But my question to all the Boots haters is, I mean, you guys talk about he ain't done this, he ain't done that, but let's not forget, and one of my characteristics in boxing, Ness, to determine if you're a boogeyman is that if people avoid you. I just don't understand the criticism of Boots' career and people are avoiding him. I mean, he's doing what he needs to do, clean out the division. And also, Ness, too, I think Tio need to clean out
You
140
may feel like it's your
before y'all
time,
start all this talking. But
but it's not
appreciate
your
it, Ness. I hang up.
All right, champ. Appreciate you. J. Will in Ohio, on you.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna just second J Mac on the whole T.O. and Bud situation. I think it's a pump fake. One, two. If they ever do get in the ring, it's not gonna be competitive at all whatsoever. Um, there's nobody below the weight of 147 that could beat Bud at all, and so we're gonna just leave that alone. Um, the, but the one thing I kind of feel is I feel people is kind of disrespecting Bud by saying that, like, you kind of made a reference a couple of calls ago, like, oh, this going to be some explaining to do if he chose to drop the belt, uh, if he didn't want to fight Tio, if Tio tried to activate it or whatever, as if like he really has something to prove. Still, like, Bud's been the number one pound for pound fight.
Bruh. Before you get long winded, you can't call someone a pussy, tell them they don't got the energy for you, have them activate Paco and ask for the shot and then drop the belt. Like, just dead that. If that's your thing, cool. That's just how you think. We don't think like that.
Bruh, I don't think so. So if they were to fight, who would you bet on?
It don't matter. You
Exactly, it
call
does matter
someone
because
pussy. You call someone pussy, said they pump faking. If they go the route of the sanctioning body, for one, you got to
right,
retract the pussy. For two,
right.
don't be the pussy.
Okay, so that's funny. That's real
Oh,
funny
it's funny.
because
It's funny.
just because you call somebody a pussy or
It
you
ain't
say that
about calling, man. If he activate
hey
the
man,
status, come on, Will. Damn.
bruh, just because you call somebody a pussy and all this that and the third, bruh, that don't mean I gotta fight you, bruh. When you really not on my level. Like when you say you ain't fight nobody, who did you fight? Like what
J
Canelo said to
Will. J
Andre.
Will.
Like,
J
bro,
Will.
it doesn't matter. But let
Well,
me
but
finish my train of thought, bro.
how can you say is that you want to finish, but I'm destroying you? How can you say he's not on his level when he's within his champion status to force the fight? That's beyond being on your level. I'm beyond being on your level. I'm so much on your motherfucking level that I can force the belt you got to make you fight me. Stop talking crazy. Talk like a real boxing fan, man. Say you don't like the fight. Just say that. How many lineal belts does Terence got? How many
This is what
lineal
I'm.
belts does Terence got? He got
Hey,
3.
bro,
He got 3.
you're not,
He
bro,
got
bro,
3.
bro, bro, bro,
Tio
bro.
got 2. So you see how his math is mathing? Maybe if you knew boxing, you won't get mad at me for scolding
You
you.
may feel like it's your time,
But go ahead,
but
I'll
it's
give
not
you
your
another
time.
free call. Y'all get mad because I know more than you. You laughing at Tio, you calling them names. Bud got 3 ring magazines. Tio got 2. Bud took 30-some fights. Tio did it in less. Bud 36. Tio younger. What the fuck is we talking about? I mean, beat me in the debate. I ain't hang up on you. Tell me
Okay,
I'm
so
lying.
let me know when. So can I talk? Okay, bet. So you said all those comparisons about what Tio and Bud did. One is undefeated. One got his ass whooped by Cambosis, and then really lost to Sandor. So we're really not gonna put these two motherfuckers in the same sense if we're really gonna be for real. If we really know boxing as you claim you do, nigga. So let's really talk this shit, bro. This is why I feel like niggas is really being disrespectful to Bud, and I'm a Spence fan. Let's not forget, I'm a motherfucking Spence fan. Bud's been the number one pound for pound nigga way before the Spence fight, and still been the number one pound for pound To me, he's in the same position as Canelo. He can pick and choose who the fuck you want to fight. Ain't no motherfucker where you gonna sit here and tell me that he got to be feeling pressure to fight Boots or motherfucking Tio. Even if Tio activates that shit, nigga, take that motherfucking belt, man. Give me Canelo. And I respect that, bro. And that's as the number one pound for pound, he's still trying to challenge himself by calling on Canelo. So there's no way I'm gonna look at Bud any kind of way or say he's ducking or dodging any fight, any fighter when he done what he done all through these motherfucking years in his motherfucking career. And again, I'm a Spence fan. So for you to sit here and try to create these little mini narratives as if he may have some explaining to do when he didn't every person he didn't the last 10 niggas he done been in with at 147 he done stopped. What the fuck he gives a fuck about a TO if he's chasing Canelo? Fuck out of here, man. That's my call.
I just would like y'all to keep the same energy. You know, we have no facts to know whether or not Jay Will in Ohio was one of the same guys that said Canelo ducked Charlo and took franchise status, but we all know that we do. We all know that he is. Right? But if Tio activates his status and forces the fight, and Crawford vacates like Canelo did, Canelo's the duck, not Crawford. They never keep the same energy. They never keep the same energy. That's what's wrong with them. They never could keep the same energy. See, if you was just a real one and you not a fan of man, then you always the same. You always the same. And then they're going to accuse you of shit like they accuse me. Oh, Nez, you really don't fuck with motherfuckers. If they lose, you turn. No. I mean, I watched you lose. I see your flaws. If you're going to keep doing that, I got to not pick you again. Like, you dudes a fan of man. You think because that's your favorite fighter, like, y'all got the same blood type and you're going to exchange gifts in the Christmas grab bag. Like, shit don't work like that. You dudes are weird. You understand? You literally said, oh, well, it don't matter. He could drop another belt. Now, back in the day, dropping a belt, we called you a duck. All of a sudden, we could drop 2 belts, and it's okay. Actually, we could have a history of dropping belts. See, this is the issue, right? Like, fighters don't like me because these bum-ass callers force me to tell the truth, and then I make the fighter look bad. So they're like, yo, fuck you talking about? But when Crawford undisputed, did he fight Regis? Oh, no, he didn't. He vacated the belt. So now Crawford's undisputed again. Did he fight Boots? No, he vacated the belt. So now if Tio activate the status because he wants to fight Crawford when he's been calling him out for the last 3 months, we just ain't take him seriously. So now you making me believe you was activating the status. This man wants you to believe that if he activates the status, it don't mean nothing. You a bum. You a bum. You an enabler. You an enabler. That's what you are. And a hypocrite. Because you know damn well you was mad that Canelo took franchise status. You know damn well you wanted Canelo to fight Charlo. You're a hypocrite. But it's okay. I love being the guy to do it. I love being the guy to tell you what you are. Tip, what up?
Yo, man. Mr. Caller of the Year. Mr. I told you so. Listen, man. Crawford, your energy is weak, dog. Like, I don't understand, boy. Every time I call his name out, it seems like he shy away from a fight. But he talking about, man, I want to fight more than a year and all this other shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, you don't even like entertain the people that call you out. Like, I'm figuring out, like, what's up with buddy, bro? That's what's up with your mans. I really don't understand you, bro. Like, he say he want big fights, but, you know, the names for the big fights, he want to keep turning them down. You know what I'm saying? He want people loyal on the internet and be like, yo, I ain't fighting you such and such. You know what I'm saying? You help me out, blah, 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 blah. Like, dude is weird. I keep telling y'all this. Dude is weird. He don't want to fight. He trying to hold out for Earl. You know, and it just is what it is, man. Mr. Once a Year. That should be his new name, bro, honestly. Mr. Once a Year. And Tio, man, I told y'all before, stop playing with that boy. Like he really want to get active. You know, y'all boy Dev, he keep talking all this bullshit. He don't want to fight for real, bro. I keep telling y'all how Bill and them move, and Dev don't want to fight for real. They don't want no positive female. They want to fight him. This is why I keep telling him, man, punch. Tell your boy Teofimo keep to make the Devin fail, because what they trying to do is time, bro. But that's it. That's all I gotta say. Shouts out to my boy Jay Benitez, man. He improving his calls day by day. I see you, boy.
Nike Hendricks, what up? Actually, Nike, hold on. I got a counter punch from B Savage. My bad. Jay Will, if you listening somewhere while you crying, licking your wounds, J Mac sending you a counter punch.
What up, Ness? You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Man, shout out to TBV. I know you're working on your Teofimo relations, so I ain't gonna come over here talking too crazy. But JB, bro, you must be bored, bro. Like, you talking about, come on, man, you know damn well Teofimo can't fuck with no boots. Let's just keep it a buck. So, with that said, I wasn't listening to the show the whole day, but I really want to come on here and chop it up a little bit, Ness. And I'm surprised you haven't reiterated to the people, but I know you're working on your Teofimo relations, so you might not want to bring all of
That's funny
the
because you
history
see,
up.
that's the second time you said that, but so now I
No,
gotta
I'm
address
just
it.
saying, I mean,
I
I
just don't.
counterpunch them, so
I
I'm
don't.
paying for what I say.
I just don't get how I'm working on relations when I'm the one that lost the relationship for telling them he not undisputed. Like, you damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Nah, that's facts. I completely agree. I mean, but you got to keep it real. So that's why I called in to tell the people this. I ain't gonna get on JB no more. Teofimo avoided Devin Haney. Lomachenko avoided Devin Haney. Neither one of those guys were undisputed at 135, and neither was Kambosos. There was I can go through the whole history. There was but when Mikey dropped the belt, there was a WBC tournament with Fortuna, Haney, Lopez, and Abdullayev. Tio and Fortuna got out of the tournament. Tio, of course, he went the IBF route. When Devin Haney became number one in the WBC, Lomachenko decided to stay out of the ring. He decided to take franchise status, stay out of the ring for about 14 months and fight Tio. He avoided Haney. Teofimo has documented footage online where he's saying that Haney doesn't know this, but he's not going to be undisputed. He's not going to be a champion at 135. So Teofimo already had a plan to avoid Haney, and y'all can do y'all research if y'all new to boxing. I'm not new to this, and that's why Ness ain't cut me off because I ain't lied yet. So at the end of the day, Teofimo, he's selling his fight. If he move up and fight Crawford, motherfuckers, that's a pipe dream. It's a lot of dudes calling in tonight, wishful thinking motherfuckers.
But why?
Ain't no
Why?
way in
So
hell
Crawford could move
T.O.
up
beat
3
Crawford. Ain't no way in hell
divisions?
T.O. beat Boots. Go ahead, Ness.
So Crawford could move up 3 divisions, and we supposed to accept that, believe that, but T.O. can't move up 1 division when he's proved up that he can move up and beat the best in 2 divisions?
Yeah, but when you say the best, it's always context, and we ain't gonna get into all that. I know my counterpunch by the end. We ain't gonna
You
get
may
into all
feel
that.
like it's
But
your
I
time,
would say this: I'm not
but
in
it's not your
agreement
time.
with Crawford moving up 3 weight classes. I'm a pure boxing fan. I believe that's a cash grab. But if he's gonna dare to be great and give us a fantastic fight, I'm gonna watch it. But I wouldn't advise him to do it. Not moving up 3 weight classes. I would expect you to move up gradually or acclimate to a weight class, not jump up and fight the top dog. I mean, that's just me
You
personally,
know what's
but
funny? Y'all being hypocritical. Bud moved up and fought Horn. Why can't T.O. move up and fight Bud?
Bud number 1 pound for pound. Horn was a guy he got over on Manny
So
Pacquiao.
T.O.
Granted,
So T.O. ain't never been on a pound for pound list? Yeah, he never been number 1, but he ain't never been on a list, champ. Top 5? You
yeah,
tripping.
Teofimo. Teofimo absolutely was on that list, but it was short-lived because his next fight he got dropped and beat by Kambosos.
I'm sure he back on for beating Teller in another division. That's the definition of pound for pound. Not only did he move up and become a champ like Haney, but he beat the #1 and got the lineal title. He got 2 Ring Magazine belts and Crawford got 3, champ. I gotta go though.
Teofimo has done some spectacular things in the sport. He
And
is a
that's
great
why
fighter.
I gotta go, but that's exactly why we gotta give him a little bit more of a benefit of a doubt. You know what I'm saying? If you telling me Crawford is the greatest and he got 3 rings and he got 30-some fights, and you look at Teo, he got 2 rings and 15 fights, then it's like, well, shit. You know what I'm saying? The math telling me Teo is good. Stefan, what up?
Yo,
Yo.
you hear me, Ness?
Yes, sir.
Alright, man, shouts out to the Boxing Voice. Shouts out Ness, Danny, whole squad. Hey, this shit is hilarious, right? You know, because Tio calling out Crawford and, you know, he got the fight with Ortiz. It's crazy because, I mean, I would watch the fight, but Crawford is obligated to rematch Spence. So I mean, like, let's just be realistic. When Haney did it, they crucified his ass. Oh, when Haney whooped Bosa's ass and was like, "Tank, I'll fight you," is, oh, Haney capping. He know he in a rematch clause with him. So if Tio know he in a rematch clause, what's that? The same goes for Bud too, cause shit, he was talking about fighting Canelo and Charlo next, but you're in a rematch clause. So let's just be realistic, man. We can talk about it because it's a hot commodity right now, but and that fight ain't happening no time soon. Crawford will retire before he even fight Tio. I mean, shit, Tio got his work cut out of him at 40. And then, shit, if anything, he can move up to 47. You got Barrios. You got Boots. Is Stanionis still there? Or he at 54 now.
Nah, he at 47.
You got Stanionis. Shit, I don't think Virgil down at 47 no more.
Nah, he at
Uh,
54. He just fought at 54 Saturday.
Okay, so yeah, see, well, but you still got other names. I mean, Taylor probably gonna move back up. You can do that rematch, shit, because Taylor he been talking about moving up to 47. Been saying it was hard to take 40, but I don't take away from T.O. win. He whooped his ass. He beat the shit out of him in there. Cause I mean, Haney, my favorite, like I said, man, that's why I praise him. My favorite fighter. He was disciplined. He looked at like fucking Skeletor on that scale. But when he got in that ring, his skills paid the bills. So man, yeah, man, we can't crucify these fighters for these call outs. Like one of the callers said, I think it was Lislow, when he was like, shit, I ain't mad if a boxer call out another boxer. Like that's what you supposed to do. I don't give a damn if you one weight class up, 2, then you know, 3 stretching it, but hey, you can if you feel like you can do it and you do it, do it. But yeah, man, let's give him more credit. T.O., if you feel like you can do it, take care of business with Ortiz. Let him take care of his Spence
You may
business
feel like it's your time,
and push for that
but
fight.
it's not your time.
That's my call, man.
All right. I gotta look for somebody, man. I'm looking for Tone Deaf. I don't even know if this is for counterpunch, if you just sending love. No clue, but looks like you used someone else's Cash App to send it. Are you on the line? Tone. Um, Let me see if 2 times. Did I mishear you? Your name is 2 Tones? Nah, are you tone deaf,
Two,
bruh? Hello?
2 times.
2 times, but that wasn't you that sent the Cash App then.
Nah, that wasn't me.
You the man, champ. Nigel, that wasn't you, right?
Yeah, that was with Nigel. Yeah, that was me.
No, I'm talking about the Cash App.
Yeah, I sent you a cash app.
What was the name?
Counterpunch. COE Films or Nigel Wright.
You ain't send it to me, champ. You better check that.
The box.
You sent it to the wrong one. You know it. Oh, I see it. Just showed up. All right, but that wasn't you. I'm still looking for this other person, Tone. Let me just try this person. I'll be right back to you because someone ahead of you. On Twitter, Stefan, are you who I'm looking for? I'm just trying not to jip, my man. But if not, it is what it is. Nigel, you did send one. Talk to me.
Yo, so I respect T.O., man, for daring to be great. That's I mean, I gotta give him that. What I don't want him to do is forget about that unfinished business back from 135
90 seconds.
Haney. That whole spiel with Haney, it was, he was calling T.O. out. He came up to him. He did all that, chasing and calling him out. Haney is an undisputed champ at 135. And not only that, he done came to 140 to collect. So now you have somebody in your division that they said that you was ducking.
60
Let's
seconds.
go ahead and put a close to that chapter. He beat the guy that beat you. You said that T.O. said he was the one in the division and Haney was the two. So how do you clear the air in that aspect? How do you determine who's the one and who's the two in the 140? I know he beat Josh Taylor. That's a good accomplishment, but you got a guy that's right here been on your heels for the past few years, and who's the bigger fighter, T.O. or Haney at this point? Who would you say, Ned?
I mean, I feel like Haney's doing a little bit more. He
10 seconds.
He's fully undisputed, and he's attempted pay-per-view. And he's tried multiple locations, right, in terms of headline.
Right. So I feel like if you want to turn a stone, turn that stone first, and then go for Crawford. Close that chapter because he beat Kambosos. Kambosos beat you. So let's prove to everybody that was a fluke that happened right there, and just show everybody that you are that guy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if he want to put some energy towards something, put it towards Haney. Close that chapter out first, then go towards Crawford, then be great towards Crawford, And I mean, like I said, I appreciate him being great because that's what boxing need. Boxing need that. But close that chapter first. Beat the guy that beat the guy that beat you. You're the one in the division. Haney is the two. The one and the two, anytime there's a one and a two, Michigan, Washington. Anytime there's a one and a two, go head to head and see who the man. So, that's my take on it, man. I just feel like, it'll be good for boxing if Haney and T.O. go ahead and close that. And I think it'll do big numbers.
All right,
then he'll have
never mind.
He'll have a leg to stand on when it comes to Crawford. There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Nigel, thanks for calling in. Stefan, you gonna unmute? You ready to rock and roll?
You may feel like it's your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you.
Cool, man. I'm from London, England, and I saw Luke Campbell and Vasyl Lomachenko before the pandemic. And obviously there was the period of the pandemic which led to a lot of fighters having an elongated period of time off because there was no sport, there was no boxing, obviously. But the fact that Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko got it on around about, what was it, October, November 2020, and it was like in front of a few people, wasn't it? It was in front of a few hundred people. So no one can ever accuse people like Lomachenko, people like Haney, people like Lopez not daring to be great. Even Kambosos, bless him, he's limited, but he struck while his iron was hot, let's say, and stuff like that happens in the history of the sport. What Haney did with Regis Prograis was tremendous. I didn't foresee that kind of one-sided exhibition. Let's say that it was a clinic. It was tremendous. But I went over to New York to watch Taylor versus Lopez at the theater at MSG, and again, it was just because it wasn't because I'm British and because I'm a fan of Taylor. I'm not a fan of any boxer. I'm a fan of the sport. I went there because I admire Lopez. I've watched him since the Olympics when he fought for Honduras. I've obviously followed Taylor's career since he turned pro, and the fact that those two were meeting, it was, for me personally, it was a dream fight. And again, even though Taylor lost it clearly, I still had it. I still had it sort of 8-4, maybe 7-5, but it was like the 7 or 8 rounds that Lopez won were big, and Taylor, except for the first 3 or 4 rounds, he after that he was chasing the fight. He had a good start, but that was it. That's all he had left. So maybe he does need to go up in weight. It's a bit like a Callum Smith scenario, who's fighting in about 48 hours against Beterbiev. The weight does catch up with you. But with regards to Teofimo Lopez versus Crawford, completely unnecessary. There's unfinished business at 140. It's mouth-watering. I think in a few weeks, Jermaine Ortiz versus Teofimo Lopez. That's still happening, isn't it? And then surely in June at the Puerto Rican Day Parade, maybe at Madison Square Garden, because obviously the Puerto Rican fans and the following, maybe Sabrina Matias, in a unification. Won't that be happening? And then maybe at the end of the year, can you still hear me?
I hear you fine.
Cool. Maybe at the end of the year we can have some sort of unification. I know that obviously networks and promoters might get in the way,
You may feel like it's your
but
time,
it doesn't.
but it's not your time.
That is the time, Stefan.
Thanks.
All right. We got Just Bet. What up?
Yo, you can hear me, Ness?
Yes, sir.
Ness, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, Ness.
We hear you. This sounds like Jay. Jay, we hear you. All right. Tip. Shit, Tip. Do you got a counter, bro? My bad.
Yeah, I seen one. And now, was there somebody before me? Yes. Go sit down. Ooh. Yo.
Yo.
Yeah, man. No, I heard some crazy caller. Like, he called in right after me. I don't know who that was. I think, was that Jay Will?
Ah, man, it depends. Tell me what he say.
I don't know. He was hating crazy on Teofimo.
Definitely Jay Will.
Yeah. Jay Will, bro, you gotta stop that. Like JT said, man, you got the sickness, bro. Like, it's nasty how y'all react every time Teofimo try to make a big move. Like y'all claim Haney does. You know what I'm saying? It's real nasty out here in these streets. Listen, for all y'all that think Teofimo is ducking Devin Haney, why don't y'all pay attention to what it really is, bro? How Devin knows he's not going to fight Teofimo because they want to play A-side games. They want to have the A-side over Teofimo. Let's just look at the reality of it. If y'all were really fans of Haney, you would be telling your favorite fighter, yo, you just beat Regis, Shaco. Teofimo already line. He already called your line to make a fight. Like, you ain't got nothing else. Like, make the Teofimo fight after he beats what's his name, Jermaine Ortiz. Is that something you free, right? Is he not free? I'm kind of confused here. Like your boy talking about he's free, but y'all don't want to say yo dead. Sue you.
You breaking up, champ, or you pausing? I mean, I'm lost here.
No, you can't hear me?
I hear you now, but
Yeah, all I'm saying is, listen, Dev talking about he free. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo about to have this fight with Jermaine Ortiz. Make the Teofimo fight next, bro. Why are we playing these waiting games? For what?
Why is you talking about Devin?
Man, listen, because your boy Jay Will was talking about Teofimo ducking Devin Haney. Yeah. So
Bruh,
for all
you
these,
don't. I mean, with your experience in the last
no,
4 years, you don't think that's a
what I'm saying
difficult
is
fight to
what
make?
I'm saying is I'm calling Devin's bluff. So because these Devin fans, they call in to hate on Teofimo, but I'm really calling their favorite fighters bluff and how he moves.
But
See, it's
champ, I'm
Teofimo jumping out
asking
there
you
for
a
the big fights.
question. I'm asking you a question. Do you really think that the Devin and Teo fight can happen?
I think it can happen. Look, if the fighters want it, it can happen,
Have
bro.
you? Can you give us one realistic offer you heard Teo ask for?
Devin don't listen, bro. Listen to what I'm saying. They don't want to get that far. They don't want to get that
I
far.
hear you, but how could you get that far? Tell the people what Teo's offers to Devin and Bill have been.
Listen, there hasn't been an offer. We know it hasn't been an offer, but there was an
Wait,
offer
so
to
you
say,
saying Teo hasn't verbally in the public told Devin and Bill what he wants on numerous interviews?
man, how many times did T.O. tell you that T.O. said he didn't ask for 20 million, that it was his father saying that?
My bro.
Come on,
My
Ness.
bro.
Stop that, bro.
My bro. I just shared Bill's post, right? And what he said? He said, "Why you ain't offer us that 20 million?" That's what Bill's saying that they said.
Man, come on, bro. But look, bro, I ain't got time to play these games with Bill Haney and believe the
All
BS that
right.
Bill be
So so
spewing, bro.
so so cool. So you saying you ain't hear Tio ask for 10 million out his mouth?
Let's be realistic, bro. He not gonna get 10 million. He
But you
know he
heard
not
him
gonna get
ask
10
for it,
million.
right? So then how do we negotiate if you in fantasy land?
So we going from 20 million to 10 million. But realistically,
No, it was
they not gonna get
backwards.
that.
It was backwards. He said he wanted 4, so Eddie got him the 4, and then he said, no, we want 10. So they never even tried to get him to 10, and then, it turned into 20 ever since.
Who's been saying 20 enough?
His
T.O.
father.
or his dad?
His
Okay
father.
then. All right then. Not T.O. So let's stop saying that T.O. asked for 20.
I mean, has T.O. corrected his father on the dozens of interviews
Yes.
he's done?
Yeah.
I have not
In
seen it.
one of T.O.'s recent
I have
interviews,
not
T.O.
seen it. Please
himself said,
send it to me. Please send it to me.
in one of T.O.'s recent interviews, he said, yo, I didn't ask for 20 million. That's my father. My father
Please
doesn't
send
speak
it to
for
me.
me on the business side.
Please send it to me.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it.
All
But
right.
yeah, like I said, is T.O. stepping up to fight all these guys? Is Devin? Matter of fact, is Bill Haney talking about, yo, we not looking to fight Boots next. We not make like Dev don't even look, bro. Like it's right in front of y'all faces, and y'all don't even realize that. Like, come on, bro. Let's stop playing these games, man.
Crazy,
Same thing
man.
with Bud Crawford, bro. Stop talking about motherfuckers don't want to fight you, and you out here telling people you don't want to fight certain people.
I wonder if it's because you from Baltimore that you keep campaigning for like Devin to fight Boots and Gary Russell, and I don't know, like, is you trying to? I don't know. It just seems weird, bro. Majid, what up?
Yo, what up, Ness?
You.
Shit, man, I'm on the Discord, so I only see Terence Crawford take shots at Teofimo and Buff. You don't say nothing else. What is it? Teofimo and Boots, that Twitter stuff you talking about earlier?
Yeah, take shots at Boots, but Lopez says that Bud's trapped in a contract with ow.
Okay, all right. So I guess first and foremost, I agree with Tio where he say that he trapped in that contract with Al. You know what I'm saying? Because of the rematch clause. I feel like I don't know why a big percentage of the public act like they don't know that shit, and they keep saying, "Why don't he fight Boots? Why don't he fight whoever?" I just don't get that part, Ness. Let me know if I'm tripping or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they keep putting Terence Crawford foot to a fire when you got motherfucking Errol Spence eye leaking some unknown fluid. So that's gonna further push it back. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they're gonna be, question that nigga Spence and what the fuck is he trying to do and all of that. And as far as Teofimo, I feel like it's a little in that little circle, it was just a little funny business going on. Before Devin got the shine and credit that he getting today, it was a lot of people that didn't fight him. And two of the biggest names, and Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez, they lost in between. You know what I'm saying? Some fucked up karma. But I like the way that Teofimo went up to 147 and, took them shits from Josh Taylor, and got his foot at that 141st or whatever to try to further have bargaining chips. I'm like, ain't that what Devin Haney jumped up to that 144 to get that WBC belt so he could, add to, all the shit that he accomplished. So when it's time to negotiate next time, it's more money. So I'm like, I feel like we was okay with motherfuckers saying, oh, Haney and Barrios, ain't no way in hell these niggas could be mad at Teofimo trying to challenge this nigga, fucking Bud, but I don't know if that should get made, you know what I'm saying? But as far as Boots go, ain't no offense to him, but I feel like this shit like a Jared Anderson, you know what I'm saying? Like these niggas is the young boys coming up, and those old heads is the old heads on their last 2-3 fights trying to go out type shit, you know what I'm saying? So I don't believe them young boys going to get those motherfucking fights. But these people sitting here acting like niggas is ducking them and shit. At least wait till the motherfucking paperwork done and say that shit, because then you can go to Avenesian and that wherever BLK Prime niggas was offered, they didn't take it because they wanted to be loyal. You know what I'm saying? The Showtime Espinoza and shit. So it's like it's so many variables and shit that everybody missing out on just to call a nigga a duck, man. They gotta do their research, Ness. I'm out.
Yo, is this Jay? Just bet. Yo. Man, he got it going on. Yo, just bet. In the meantime, in between time, we got Leo. $20 super chat. If Bud vs. Tio happens, it won't be till November or December. Doctor said EJ needs 6 months to recover. That'll put the rematch in August, pending the probable damage he takes against EJ. Who knows how Bud would be in December at age 37 against a 27-year-old Tio. Drop a bomb for the dub. That is a very good argument. High and Low Sports Centrum says the boxing voice, the Coliseum of boxing. Salute to you, champ. That's like your 100th super chat. Papa Chubby, a.k.a. Chad in Canada, $5. Man, shout out the evening shows. Tonight, the callers and the chat is bringing it. Let's keep this going all year. Tell me about it. High and Low Sports Centrum, $2. The boxing voice is more. Salute. Leo, Counterpunch. Leo, use the pinned links in the live chat. You could get on Discord or get on Twitter Spaces. Get that counter punch because the lines are down. They only give us 4 live hours to rock and roll. We got Mac YT $2. Ness, you already checked out Crawford's Twitter? You know I did, champ. That's what the show's all about. Rider of the Storm, welcome to the prospect level. Salute to you, champ. We ain't even got members only mode lined up, so you official. We appreciate you. Looks like I got to everybody. Last call for callers. Now is the time to request if you're going to request before you get left. And you can't get it off your chest. What up, average fan?
Yo, Ness, what up? You can hear me?
Oh, this is Jay. What up?
Yo, what up? It's J Max. What up, bro? How you doing?
What up, J Max?
All right, so I'm basically calling to talk about, the topic today. I find it kind of funny, man. I ain't gonna lie, I got a little tight with what's the dude name? J Mac. Yo, J Mac, man, we gotta leave lies in 2023. You dig? Cause I heard him talking about T.O. Duck and Haney, when I clearly remember an interview a couple of weeks ago when Devin Haney was with the Boxing Voice and Hardin, and Devin Haney himself said that Teofimo Lopez reached out to him from a different number, from an unknown number. And what did Devin Haney say? Devin Haney said, and I quote, "He sounded crazy. I thought he might be drinking or something." So we got to stop this narrative about Teofimo Duck and Devin Haney at 140. That's one thing, right? As far as the topic, my fault, Ness. But as far as the topic, I actually want to see the fight, man. You feel me? Teofimo Lopez, you may not like the cat, you may think what you want about him, but listen, he wants to fight the best. You feel me? Through when nobody had thrown an offer to Matias, what did Teo do? They contacted the Matias team, right? When now what's going on here, right? Teofimo Lopez wants to fight Bud Crawford. We should have the same energy for him and salute him. Guess why? Because Bud Crawford, one of my favorite fighters, he want to move up, 3 weight classes to fight Canelo? That's another thing, man. Y'all got to chill out with this, man. It's ridiculous. Teofimo Lopez, regardless, he says some crazy things sometimes, but you know what? He's a fighter's fighter. While your favorite boxer want to go fight Barrios and want to fight Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez want the best. That's my call, Ned. Salute.
So you took shots at Devin on the way out?
I'm here.
That was a shot at Devin on the way out?
Well, a little something. Like, I just, Ness, you keep it objective. You feel me? I just, at the same time, like, if we gonna criticize Teo, man, let's keep it in perspective. You feel me? That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm with you,
So
man.
J Mac in 2024. Let's keep the narratives and the lies away. You dig? That's my call.
All right, J Mac. Shots being sent from J Max. Okay. They got a J Max, a Super Max, a J Mac. I love it. $10 super chat. Shout out to Self Productions. TBV Fire Glove. TBV Boxing Glove emoji. 3 fire emoji. Salute. We got Savage counter. Yup. Savage, we don't hear you. Jump out, jump back in. Jonathan Sims, I see you. What up? When there's no chase. You're all right. Stay right there. Let me see something. Bruv. Let me see something. That ain't work, man. We gonna see what happens. We restarted it for him. Let's see, could we get him on here? B3. Yo. Yo. Jump out one more time. Look, I restarted my whole Discord for you. Let's see what happens. One more time. If you on YouTube, stop being greedy. Hit the thumbs up. You know I'm super needy. You know I need that. We need to activate the algorithm, man. I'm trying to get to 188,000 right now. I'm on 187,590 dose. Help a brother out. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe. Click the notification bell. We got B3 counter. Damn, champ. I mean, you might want to try Discord, B. I don't really know why you ain't rocking and rolling. J Matt, what up? Boomerang.
Yo, can you hear me?
We hear you.
Yeah, man. PJ Maxx say what? What PJ Maxx say?
I don't know.
Hey, man, look, you let these casuals call in, trying to make a name for themselves and say some crazy shit, and then you was giving them horns, putting a battery in his bag. Man, look, these dudes just as delusional as Teal. The same sentence he talked about lying, same sentence we got a video of his father and him saying they're not going to fight Devin Haney. So I guess we gonna leave that lie in 2023 when they recorded saying they're not gonna fight Devin Haney. It's not the first time, it's the second time. The story looks like it's rewinding itself from 135 when he was running around here claiming to be undisputed, when he know he wasn't undisputed, when he know who was the champion, what he thought the belt should have been or should not have been, but he knew who was the champion so he can clear that dispute. Fucked around, found out, fought Cambosis and lost. Devin, Big Dev, Devin ain't here. Devin Haney era shit. You know, shout out to Bud too, Bud shit. He had to go and take up and fight his sloppy seconds and beat Cambosis ass twice. Something Tio still to this day have not decided to rewrite or what have you. I can't call it. But they want to see Tio, who knows Bud is committed to a fight with Arrow or rematch, just talk shit to sell his fight, and then we're supposed to take it serious. These fans are delusional, just like Tio. He's always been very questionable. I question his sanity. I think he needs a straight jacket. Tell PJ Maxx, fall back. Cause I mean, just let's like Bud say, let that man focus on his fight. Cause they got a lot of smoke for him and real fights he's trying to make instead of clout chasing. And you sitting up here leading these dudes and leading these sheep to the wolves because that's all you doing. You know Tio don't really want to fight Bud. He just using Bud name because he feel like that's a fight he came in. And then if he does really want that smoke and Bud cannibalize him, how about he activate that mandatory instead of talking about it? Because if he really wants that smoke, he can mandate that and put him in position to see what Bud does and see if he want to call Bud bluff. So I mean, shit. I hear a lot of talking, a lot of wolfing, but I don't see a lot of walking. Shout out to Water Walker, Bud Crawford, 2 times undisputed, first to do it. All the haters fall back. It's a new year. Give you something to celebrate. But Devin Haney era shit. That's my call.
LV.
TBV, y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. It sounds good, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Everything T.O. say, it definitely sounds good. You know, based off his resume, you know, you could clearly see, you know, he's doing his thing in the sport. You know what I mean? But you know, he still got that blemish, man. You know what I mean? Like Cambosis is still there, and you know, he's been look good after that loss, but still, like it's there. You know what I mean? Devin Haney was able to do what he did against him and you have yet to do that. You know what I mean? So I just don't see how you expect to jump up another weight class and fight the number one pound for pound guy. You know what I'm saying in the sport. It's not just the lineal. You know what I'm saying? We talking the modern day Sugar Ray. You know what I'm saying with this one. This ain't done stopped every welterweight this man done been in there with. ever since he been at welterweight. I'm talking about natural welterweight's been getting stopped. You know what I mean? So I mean, it definitely sounds good. You know, based off his resume, it looks like he probably can be successful, but not against a Bud, man. But I definitely think one of the callers hit on it. May have been a few, but I think he's just trying to help promote his fight with Ortiz. You know, I think the ring recently. I think they recently released their top 10 pound for pound rankings. You know, and I think Bud was still there at #1. So you know, he's just doing his part in helping. I feel like build his fight up with Jermaine Ortiz, keep him in the headlines, get people ready to see him back in the ring. But nah, man, I don't think he does nothing like this. You know, we all seen what the back and forth with him and Devin Haney, the $10 million, and you know, it's just a lot going on, and you know what I mean. So I just don't see him jumping up another weight class trying to fight Bud, and you know, I do think it's a lot of delu- delusion with T.O., man. That he's still walking around saying that he's the first guy to be 2-time undisputed. You know what I mean? Never been undisputed in his whole career. He's going around telling people, you know, he's the first guy to be 2-time undisputed. So that may be another thing why he wants to get in there with Bud. You know, try to. I just don't know, man. I just don't know with T.O. But I mean, he's doing his thing. Like I said, he coming off the Josh Taylor win, but I just don't see him moving up again fighting Bud. And if he does, let's get it popping. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what you can do. But come on, man. He's going to get stopped. And but like I said, if he can get past Jermaine, look good. Let's see if you can fight Bud. You know, let's see if he gonna call him out after the fight against Jermaine. You know, that'll really tell her like I want to see him call Bud out after put it on seeing how he looks against Ortiz. But
You may feel like
yeah,
it's your
he
time,
won't beat
but
him,
it's
Bud.
not your time.
That's my call.
B3,
What up?
we hear you.
All right, that's a bet, man. Yeah, I just called in. I just called back in. I think you had got me mistaken with Jay Will. I think I might have got Tip tight. When I had when I was getting on Tio about ducking or whatever. Hey
Oh,
Tip, I just want to let you know I'm a tank guy, bro. I know you from B-More. Shout out to B-More. Shout out to Maryland. I was born in DC, grew up in Lanham. You know, then I live in Carolina. I live in VA now, so it ain't no. I'm just calling it what it is. You know, if I say yeah, I want for $1 million for a fight, and then dude got $4 million for the fight, and then I like, nah, let me get 10 mil. Come on, bro. We gotta just call it is what it is. So that was then. This is now. You know, hopefully they'll fight. I want to see all these guys fight. Uh, Shout out to Crawford. I'ma always say this. I know Crawford always gonna be a man of his word, a man of the agreement. He signed up for the rematch with Spence. So I know he gonna honor it. I know EJ a dog. I know EJ want that lick back. So at the end of the day, we gonna get the rematch. Uh, Man, that's all I really had to say, man. Shout out to Tip, man. Keep doing your thing. Shout out to TBV. Shout out to UNES. Uh, Shout out to Tio, man. Tio, two-time lineal. Uh, Shout out to Tio, man. He did his thing. Like LV said, you know, you don't gotta fake the funk. The real boxing people know you two-time lineal. And that's just what it is. All right, I'm out.
B3, salute. Right now we screen sharing a picture of Crawford and Tio within arm's reach. We got Hulk, Maryland. Shout out to Evanor or Evanor. Undisputed in one fight, beating Cambosis, ranked 50 pound for pound. Laugh out loud. Uh oh, shots fired at Devin. Hawk, you gotta unmute. Yo, Hawk. Yo, Hawk. Malik, Malcolm, what up?
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah.
Yo, my bad.
Oh, no. I'm mute myself. You had whoever that is, you had them before me. I'll just go after them. You
Hawk,
got two people on
Hawk,
mic.
you gotta unmute.
Okay, you got me?
We got you.
All right, Yo Nuts TBV number one. Hit that like and subscribe. Dog, I got to be. Let me. Is it mic sounding good?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Because I knew I had that recall on it before. But yeah, man, I'm not no fan of T.O., bro. Not at
Damn.
all, bro. Nah, I can't do it, bro. I'm like, until he fight Devin Haney. I mean, they saying there's four kings, but when I came up, the four kings fought each other. They went to different weight classes and fought each other. All them boys fought each other. They didn't keep making excuses not to fight each other. They fought each other. Nobody wants to fight Devin Haney. I mean, he beat Loma, yeah. Loma ducked Devin till he had to fight him. He still lost to Devin. Then T.O. went up and beat the other boy, but he wasn't undisputed at the time he beat him. And what's the Devin Haney up in that weight class now? So they're at 140. He wants to prove he's great. Fight Devin Haney. But I'm not against the fight with Terence Crawford. I hope Terence Crawford take it. I want Terence Crawford to take that fight and beat the hell out of him. So yeah, I want Terence to take that fight. Definitely. And he lost to Cambosos, which is a C plus B fighter at best. On a good day, Cambosos is a B fighter, and he had Theo rolling around on the floor. I don't know, man. I don't know what y'all see with this guy, but yeah, if he could do it, yeah, I want that fight. I hope Terence Crawford just change his mind, come back and take that fight and beat the crap out of him. So yeah, I definitely want that fight. Please, Terence Crawford, take that fight. But that's my call.
All right. Go ahead, Malcolm.
Yo, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Shout out TBV, man. Yeah, shout outs to I like this whole little back and forth, you feel me? Shout outs to Bud though. Unfortunately we're gonna get that rematch. And especially with that video, you know what I'm saying, of Spence recently, it's gonna lose more value, you feel me? Like I get he's saying he's gonna have to give us one more because he just never got the credit from a lot of people. You feel me? With Bud, so he's just definitely not gonna get credit now. And if he fights Boots, us hardcores will give him credit. Anybody that just doesn't like Bud will say that he fought a guy who was too young or wasn't really accomplished or some kind of email champ. That's what they're gonna say. You feel me? So he's kind of stuck in a little place. In terms of Lopez. I don't like when he do this fuck shit. You feel me? Him fighting a Bud is kind of like a win-win because you're gonna move up. You're fighting the number one pound for pound guy going up a weight division. If you lose, you lost to Bud. Now, if you beat him, that I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy. But Bud will whoop that ass. But I feel like you moving up to fight him, you just ducking all the 140 smoke. You ducked Devin at 135. You feel me? Like we already know he did that shit to fight Cambosis, and then that nigga lost. That was a cherry pick gone wrong. You did that already. You kind of don't want to fight Barbosa because you've already been quoted in the ring, complaining about them, telling them to not set you up with them. There's a little audio of that or whatever. So that's that. There's still people at 140 for you to fight. So that whole shit with Bud, I don't really see the point in it. You know what I'm saying? But I just want him to clear out the smoke in that division. That's really it. So I'm not too interested in that fight. But if it does happen, I'll just see Bud just beating the shit out of him. But yeah, that's really it, man. Everybody, like, subscribe, man. Join members. Shout out CBV, man. Appreciate the hard work, Ness.
All right, champ. Let's see here. We got somebody.
Somebody, can you hear me?
Oh, what's up, Alex?
Nothing, man. Wow, bro, I can't believe you still on. I was trying to talk earlier, but had to go home, get ready for the night. But anyways, yeah, man, this is interesting, right? You got Bud Crawford finally. Well, I wouldn't say finally, but expressing himself, especially after all these lame ass excuses from fans and from Arrow about his eye. And I'm glad other people are speaking up about like how the commissions work and the process. Because, dog, it's just really lame to hear this. Especially, we gave Earl a lot of credit for not giving any excuses, for being in there and taking that ass whooping and such. And for this to come out months later, bro, it's just super weak. And then you got Teofimo, man. Listen, Teofimo's had some great ups, right? He beat Lomachenko, who was on the pound for pound list, multi-divisional champion. Beat him, took what, 2-3 belts off of him. Was on top of the world. Then he had a Kambosos fight. We saw what happened with Sandor. Then he beats, former undisputed champion Josh Taylor. Looked dominant in it. So he's beaten two top guys in two different divisions. So I can see the vision. I definitely could understand it. Yo, I've taken two guys that people didn't think I'd beat, right? People didn't think he'd beat Loma. They thought he was too young, not ready, that he was going to get blown out. And he won most people feel a clear decision. When the Josh Taylor fight was happening, I remember I was picking Teo, and everyone
Bro,
hear the shit he's saying. He
let's
talks
be
crazy.
clear. The truth is, Comey was a puncher. He beat the champion. That wasn't a vacant belt. That wasn't an elevated belt. He
Oh, he
beat the
knocked him out.
champion.
He didn't beat him. He knocked him out.
No, and that guy
But
was
he
a
was
puncher. That was Tio's first step up. Because before that, it was only like Mason Menard and the Magdaleno.
yeah, Magdaleno, yeah. And remember, Comey. I mean, he had a disputed loss himself against Easter.
Yep. And
There was
Shaka
another good fight. I'm sorry.
Didn't he have some shit with Shakakov too?
I think so.
You
But
know
yeah.
what I'm
So my
thinking? I'm
point
thinking
is,
of Easter.
okay. But my point is I can understand the vision. For him to speak on this, to want it, and listen, you can't count Teofimo out. Like I just said, look at the people he's beat. Look at the odds he's overcame. Yeah, he's had some downs, but you know what? That's a life of a guy that takes challenges. And for him to say he wants Terence Bud Crawford, and to basically, as the kids say nowadays, they say what, stand on business. I feel like that's what he's doing. Now, do I think he beats Bud? Absolutely not. Bud's number one pound for pound. What Teo's have accomplished, Bud has done it,
You may
and
feel like
at a
it's your
higher
time,
level. But
but it's
yeah, I
not
mean,
your
I'm
time.
not really for the fight, but I really I want Teo to focus on Jermaine Ortiz. Get that done, then you can talk about what's next. Which I prefer Haney. Have a good
You're
night,
not
man.
supposed to think. You're not supposed to think he's gonna beat Bud. We didn't think he was gonna beat Loma, and a lot of us didn't think he was gonna beat Taylor. So there's gonna be even more that are not gonna believe he'll beat Bud.
But he has great smoke over there at 140. You
It
know what I
don't
mean?
matter,
He's
bro.
got
It don't matter. You guys could
nah,
get mad
man.
at him all you want, but Broner did this and still had a great career and still had a fantastic fight with Maidana, which I wish he would have got more credit for so that we could have got the immediate rematch versus fucking Maidana, fighting Floyd 2 times. But I got somebody else there. Let me get to him. Oh, this Leo. Okay, Leo, you made a Discord, champ. I think this Leo in Houston. You just gotta accept the invite. Player. Yo, Leo.
Yo,
Yo.
yo, yo.
We
Can you hear
here.
me now?
Yes, sir.
And Ness, I'm starting to believe everybody calling in here that sounds like they're under the age of 30 is an idiot.
Oh,
How you
fuck.
gonna say? How you gonna say that Tio don't want no smoke at 140? Contracts were sent to Ramirez. Contracts were sent to Matias. Oh, Barboza ain't nobody. How you want him to fight Barboza when he wants big money fights? Like the only person you could accuse of him maybe Duncan is Devin, but he called Devin supposedly drunk, but he still called him. So you saying that the people saying that he don't want no smoke at 140, then you fucking retarded. Hey, one thing about the four kings, there was one king, his name was Roberto Duran. He started off at 130, I believe. He went from 135 to 147 to fight Sugar Ray. Then from there, he hopped up to 156 and a half to fight Hagler, I believe. Then he fought Hearns, I think, at 154. All in the span of, I think, of 4 or 5 years. So how the fuck you gonna believe that Tio can't fucking hop around and be great, man? Let that man be great. Just because your fighter don't want to be great, your fighter don't want to jump around, the guy you love, the guy that you worshiping don't want to be great. Hey, don't hold this over this man's head, man. Tio is the motherfucker. Him and Devin moving up and down. Hey, you gotta salute them. Once again, if you're gonna hate on them boys, come hate with some real facts, not some bullshit just because you don't like them. Cause hey, contract was sent. One said his hand was hurt. The other one, God knows what, he wasn't ready. And Barboza, man, that guy's nobody yet, man. He don't got a belt. He don't got nothing. Like, how do you want him to fight down? This man's trying to fight up, fight greatness. That's like you expect. Oh, and then people say, "Oh, no, Tio needs to fight Boots." Man, that's as stupid as me saying Bud needs to fight fucking Benavides. The fuck does Benavides brings to Boots? Nothing. I mean, to Bud, nothing. You trying to fight the main guy. Bud wants Canelo, that's the main guy. Tio wants Bud, that's the main guy. You ain't gonna fight the second guy. You want the main guy. If you're gonna risk it, you're gonna risk it for everything, not just fucking half. I mean, I don't know what these people think, Ness. I mean, do they pay attention? What the fuck? Did they just start watching boxing? They need to go study? And you want to call people a coward? Get the fuck out of here, man. That's my call, Ness.
All right. Looks like we got Boomerang, Alex Vega. Courtesy of Stainless for this month.
Man. Shout out Stainless. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. I don't know. I didn't really like that Brawner example because look, he got the poly fight, right? But then when he, like you mentioned, the Maidana fight, a lot of people felt that changed kind of the projection of his career, changed the way he fought, changed. Yeah, I remember he was on a every time I try to say that word,
Meteoric.
I always fuck
Alex,
up on that word. But wait, let me finish, please. Once he did that fight, he changed the way he fought. The way that he was looked at changed. He still took on
that's why he
great
should have took the
fights for
rematch.
sure. Right, like you said, but because of him jumping up so fast into like going up in weight to face a puncher, and we learned how good Maidana, was, and also what level he was able to reach to fight against Mayweather the way he did. Um, yeah, I mean, for Tio, there's plenty of great fights at 140. So why can't we take care of that business first? That's all I'm saying. Like,
Because it's
there's
not your
great fights.
career.
No, you're right. It's not my career, but I'm a fan of boxing. I'm not Teofimo's fucking manager. I'm just saying, as a fan of boxing, like if he goes and fights Terence, and let's say it turns out how most of us feel, where maybe it's domination and it could change and basically take out those great fights that he could possibly have with a Sabriel, a Haney.
But what? But bro, is it so far fetched for him beating Crawford at 37 years old?
I mean, most of us probably see like a Mayweather Canelo situation.
I mean, think
And
about it, right? Like Earl. I mean, the super chatter said it. Earl got 6 months now, right, for the surgery, unless we find an article that says the cataract surgery is less. Then he got a training camp. So we talking July, August, September fight again. He's 37 with one fight in 1 year. If he gets a Tio fight, it'll be the following year. I don't even think it happens. Bud said it today. He might just fucking retire.
I'm not saying, like I said, Teal shouldn't want to fight. He should. But what I'm saying is, for the sport, I feel it'll be a lot better for him to mix it up with a Haney, a guy in his class, a guy that they could have fought at 35. It didn't happen. Now we have a great opportunity at 40. If he goes up, loses to Terrence, we may never get the fight. honestly, especially the way the boxing business works. Tio touching that kind of possibly touching that kind of money, getting on pay-per-view. It's already that he's steering his own way to where it kind of just seems Haney's not in his sights. So if he goes and does that, fights out welterweight, loses it, fights Terrence. When Haney gets up to welterweight, or if Tio goes back down, when's it? I mean, we heard 10 million, we've heard 20 million. Imagine what he's going to say after that. So that just really takes it off the table. So I just feel we need to get Haney Teal first as a fan. I think as a fan of the sport, for the sport, for the
Bro, but
division.
right now, they don't have a trajectory to line up. They have to do big business. Like you got Eddie Hearn saying Sandor or a big fight at 47. You got Tio fighting Jermaine and looking for a big fight at 47. It's two separate entities, Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Are they gonna come together for the one fight? And is Tio gonna be realistic with Devin and them? It just don't look like he wants him. He wants everybody else but him. It could be personal.
But what I'm saying, if Teal goes, takes care of Jermaine Ortiz, fights Abril, Haney, let's say he fights, I don't know, Sandor. Let's say he takes care of Sandor, fights again, maybe the Raleigh's and Ryan Winner. That's 2 belts each. That's a natural projection. I'm
Bro,
sorry,
how's he
natural
gonna get Rolly
collision
winner,
first.
bro? That's gonna be so tough. PBC, you don't see what they do to him?
I mean, Ryan's gonna win most likely. Hopefully. I mean,
Is
if he
that
doesn't do
gonna
that stupid
happen, or
fucking
is
shell defense.
Basuro? Is that gonna happen, or is Basuro gonna get his opportunity? Is the WBA gonna risk another lawsuit?
Yeah, I'm sure Barroso has such a great team behind him.
Which hasn't answered me, by the way. If you know them, tell them fuckers to hit me up.
Yeah, man. But yeah, there's still where there's a will is a way. There's always a way to maneuver around all these things. And yeah, I just would hate for it to be taken apart because someone just took too big of a leap. And now we're just, I mean, imagine the winner of Teal versus Haney, how big that person may become. That we most likely become possibly, obviously, the winner naturally versus Tank. So yeah, I just hate to get that off the table first, but I really like Tio doing this because it's showing fighters you can lose and you can still go ahead and make a path to be near the top end and to man big fights, which is what he's doing. He's given us a Sabrio opportunity where he said he sent the contract. He reached out to Devin Haney whether he was sober or not. So he is trying to make things happen. So I do appreciate it. But yeah, man, that's all I got to say. It's late. Have a good night.
All right, champ. Take it easy. All right. That looks like everybody. J Mac, I see you there. I don't know if you want to counter. You didn't let me know. I got LV $2. Tio, one fight removed from. Do I still got it? But that's how boxing works, LV. What have you done for me lately? It always works like that. Devin is one fight removed from allegedly losing, right? Like some of y'all had him losing. I don't know how, but that's what y'all had. So it's like anybody could be one fight removed. Like Wilder's not removed from the one fight that he wants to get removed from. So, you know what I mean? It's just like we got to look at the sport differently if we wanted to grow, man. Good fights are just good fights. Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. See you tomorrow morning.